Hello, welcome back to the kitchen. It has been my first cooking stream in a wee while, and I'm very excited because my generous community gave me the money to be able to buy the ingredients for today, and they're all in the fridge, so there's nothing to look at yet. There's nothing on the table, but I'm very excited. I started a pizza dough this morning, and I'm hoping that it has risen because it didn't want to rise, and I was like staring at it going, please rise. Anyway, so today we're making Branca Pizza, which I realize I think translates just to white pizza. Looks like this. That didn't work. Why did that not work? It looks like this. No, it doesn't. Hold on. Hold on a second. Why? Well, oh, there we go. Looks like this. That's what it's supposed to look like. Ba-ba! I don't know what happened there, why there was a picture of a mince pie, but that's what it's supposed to look like when it's finished. So it's got mozzarella, caramelized onions, ricotta with lemon zest, garlic, grana padano, and basil oil. There's no links because I am kind of winging it, but I had this pizza while I was on holiday. It was super, super yummy. You'll even don't even hi Mara. But yeah, I'm hoping it's going to turn out good. I've made pizza on stream before with varying success, so I'm feeling confident about it. But as you can see, if you look over there, I have a checklist. So we're going to go through the steps. So first step, pizza dough. I already started the pizza dough this morning. I almost started last night, but I always forget that the recipe is like, leave it for an hour and then leave it overnight. And I always forget about that bit, so I tried to do it right before bed, and I was like, I'm not waiting an hour, I have to go to sleep. So I may have messed up, but I've got more flour and more yeast, so if we have to make like a quick pizza dough, we can. Second step, caramelize those onions. That's going to take ages, so we're going to do that first after I check the dough. Third step, we need to make our own basil oil. Fourth step, we need to make our own ricotta, because the ricotta is ricotta mixed with lemon zest and garlic. I believe that's mixed in with the ricotta, but it could just be garlic paste all over the whole thing. I'm not fully sure. Obviously, I didn't see them make it. I just ordered it. So, yeah. And then we'll just assemble. So the first step is to caramelize the onions. But first, the first step, the part 0.2 step, is to check the dough, which has been in my warm oven, not hot, not even on, just warm. Ah-ha-ha! It has definitely risen. It was not that high in the bowl before. That's for you, Instagram. So, look at it wobble. It's very wet. I actually added more flour than I was supposed to because it just looked so wet. I was like, I can't even, this is like soup. So I don't know if it was the type of flour I used or what, but so yeah, we're gonna leave this until the end of stream because I don't believe we have to touch it again until it's time to use it, but I just wanted to check it actually had risen. Otherwise I'd have to start again. Is this the thing where it tells me I have to... Yes, okay, good. I'm glad I checked this. I have to separate them into 4 and then leave them for 2 hours. So we can leave those for 2 hours while... I think I've got dough on this. Leave them for 2 hours while we stream. So I will start that first. This is the book I'm using. Artisan Pizza. It was bought for me ages ago, and I've only recently started using it. It's got loads of pizza recipes. In fact, it probably has something similar to what we're making today, but I didn't check, so... Hello, Sick Inside, and also, hello for the proper wave, Beth, and hello on Instagram for all the people coming in. I won't call you out, because I know that's very rude, but I can see people joining. Yes. Is this? It's playing Under the Sea. Hello, hello. Right, so dip the dough onto a floured surface and divide into equal pieces with a dough cutter, which I actually have. Our recipe makes 640 grams, so that needs divided by 4. Alternatively, you can weigh the balls out. Knock back the dough pieces by rolling them in a circle. When you do this, place these on a floured surface in an airtight container or on a deep baking tray. If using a tray, put a tea towel over it. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the kitchen isn't super warm. But what we're going to do is we are going to use my cast iron instead of my pizza tray because I only have like a metal pizza tray and that doesn't get hot enough, whereas the cast iron will get hot enough. Don't call people out. We don't do that. So yes, pizza dough first, which we'll leave to rise. Then we'll start the caramelized onions because they're going to take a long time if we caramelize them properly. No point keeping that open, it doesn't stay. Hello, Marks. Let me get out my flour. So I don't know how long today's stream is going to run, because I was like, oh well, you know, it's just a pizza, and I've already made the dough, but we are going to have to do all of the stages of the excuse me, sorry, something on the floor. All of the steps. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. People watching this later are going to be so confused because there's no music. This stream was pre-recorded. It took place in the pasta. Oh, do I have a... I don't have a button for it. I don't have the current stream goal on the screen. I might see if I can tweak that real quick. I can't remember if I even have it. I do. There it is. Ooh, it's kind of cut off. Let's move that. Put that there. Can't really see it there. Put it up here. There we go. Yeah, so there's a current stream goal for next week's cooking stream, but that actually might fill up more once I've done the maths on how much these ingredients cost me. Because I just did like an average, but I went to a different shop. Anyway, you don't really need to know about that. Pro streamer or what? No, on my gaming layout, I have a button on my stream deck that I just hit and it basically makes this active on every scene, but I haven't done that for the cooking stream because I don't do that. I don't stream cooking as often. Look at this thing. Look at the way it jibbles. Thank you. Pasta and pizza go together at least. Oh, hold on. You need to see this. It's so wet. Okay, let's just tip it out. This dough is supposed to rise for 16 hours. I had it rising for not nearly that much. See what I mean? It's very wet. And this is when I added more flour than I was supposed to. So that was definitely a blorp. You're correct. That was definitely a good sound effect for that. So, what is everybody up to today? What time is it where you are? What are you all doing? Get off of that. Boop. I'm trying to get all of the dough out of the bowl. 10:27 a.m. waiting for coffee. Is that like the sequel to Waiting for Godot? I don't have to answer your questions. You don't. You're right. You can just stay in chat. You don't have to answer anything I ask. Just trying to start a conversation with you, Maru. 10:27 a.m. I'm putting off going outside because reasons. Is it cold? Or just because you don't want to go outside? Also, the scavenger hunt thing sounds really interesting. Like, what kind of scavenger? Covered in dough. And People Guy says 7:30 a.m. still in bed. I'm impressed you're here, Hey People Guy. Is it because it's a cooking stream and you're like, I have to be there, I have to see the pizza with my own eyes? So, in terms of the fella who lives with me, Joe is working today. It's his last day at his current job. And he'll probably be home before I finish the stream, so you guys will get to see him. But I have no idea how long today's stream is going to be. I don't mind if today's stream is a little shorter, because I'm actually pretty tired, and I don't really want to be doing a full-fledged 6-7 hour stream. I just like being here in the mornings because it's comfy. Thank you, that's the idea. Cold and bright, I prefer my cave. Get off the spoon. Yes, we do have cozy vibes. That's the idea. That's why I've put on this playlist, because this playlist is like... I initially had a different playlist playing that was like cottagecore, but it kept playing really sad songs. I was like, I don't want sad songs in my cottagecore. Oh no, he is. Joe currently has 3 jobs. So this is the last day of one of the 3. Today is much warmer than the last weeks. The birds are singing and looking for nesting places. Stream and bloom are over. It's suddenly spring. I can get this out of the way now. I've emptied the dishwasher, so I can just put stuff in the dishwasher when it's time. But I'm also going to use this, because it's so sticky right now. I don't trust being able to pick it up with my hands. So yeah, this dough is supposed to sit for like... I think they said 14 to 16 hours. I think that's what they said in the recipe. It's not sat that long, but I added more flour and more yeast because it says if you want to use it earlier than that, add more yeast. So I did, but I didn't weigh it because who weighs stuff in baking, right? The kids zoom around work trying to find things they have clues for, like, I have many keys but only 2 or 3 locks. What am I? And they get candy and little prizes. Oh, that sounds so fun. Sounds exactly like the kind of thing I would like to do as a kid, and now, but mostly as a kid. I also don't think it's going to give us enough dough, so we might only be able to make 2 pizzas, but that's okay. Is it a piano? Many keys. Oh, no, yeah, it must... Oh, it's not a piano. Hello. Oh, it was just a text from O2 telling me that my bill is ready to pay. Thanks, O2. Okay, I have many keys, but only 2 or 3 locks. Well, piano would be my first shout as well, or like a... But then how does it have a lock? Oh, hold on. We mostly likely all have them. Keyboard! Oh, like numlock and caps lock. Locks, I get it. That's a good one. So they would go to, I was gonna say keyboard, but I meant like a musical keyboard. So they would go to like a computer. That. Right, let's get the scales out. This music is very upbeat, and I love it. It's also pretty Celtic, which is also a bonus. So yeah, the next stream would be the Portuguese thing up in that corner. Ooh. But I have so many ideas for things I want to make on stream. Like, there's those cakes. I'm sure you guys have seen them. I've had them saved, but then I recently saw some really nice ones, and I was like, I want to recreate that one specifically. They're like very heavily iced cakes, but they look really like pastel, and they usually have a frog on them. So, my older coworker... Was there a glitch there? Oh, I forgot this camera's got a weird thing where it glitches now and then. My older coworker stared at me totally uncomprehendingly. Good word. So I'm hoping the kids will get me. Giant French fancies. They're If you type LIN cakes, that's the person who like makes the cakes in that style. Like that's their whole thing. So I would want to make one of those to see if I can make them like them. I don't know their pronouns. Come on. Oh. It's gotten stuck trying to set the time. There we go. What was it? Was it I think it was 160 it said per pizza. Let's have a look. Please, thank you. That's 180, so maybe I actually do have enough to do it in 4. Yeah. It's sticking to everything. It's like ooze. Right, that's going to be close enough. That's 157. So that's going to be 1 pizza. So I can make 4. I was hoping to make at least 2 pizzas because, you know, 1 pizza for me, 1 pizza for Joe. And I haven't got anything else planned for dinner. This pizza doesn't work. I don't really want to order in because we've ordered in like 2 nights ago. So. I'm just getting out my trays. Ignore me. You can't see this. It's fine. My deep oven tray. Take all of me. 1 for each Ninja Turtle. We can't possibly all be Donatello. It's not mathematically possible. Oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh good. I hope that actually did mute the microphone because I didn't even check. I haven't done anything with this layout in a while, so I don't know if all the buttons still work on my Stream Deck. Okay. Oh, such good music. Don't use up all your energy, though. Come on. Be sensible here. Now, caramelized onions take a really long time if you do them properly. I have taken my iron. I've also taken all my other supplements, including this one. Not sponsored. But I've been taking this, and it's actually quite useful. Brain function status request. Functioning moderately. Not optimal, though. I was always more of a Mikey fan as a kid. I didn't really watch. I wasn't allowed to watch Ninja Turtles. Wait, what am I doing? No, I do need to put that in there. Because it was too violent. Okay, let's. Yeah, I'm really sorry about the camera glitches. I probably need to get a new camera. But, you know. Money. 130. You want a pizza me? Stream goal. It's perhaps the next stream goal. Right, that's pretty close. It's so wet though. I don't see how this is gonna work. I'm gonna add more flour to them when I roll them into little balls. But I'm just gonna have to go with it. Instagram isn't really seeing anything but my face. I don't know if I should turn it around so they can see the... I know what we'll do. Trying to get the bits of pizza dough off my hand. Hello, Instagram. I'm turning around. Oh, that is a terrible angle. Getting nothing but the overhead lighting. There we go. Now Instagram can see what I'm doing. It's a bit awkward, but it's better than just staring at my face the whole time. Unless, maybe that's the way I get people to come over to Twitch, because I make them look at my face. Like, if you want to see anything else, you have to go to Twitch. Oh my god, this is so messy. I almost made this... Oh, I should have made the stream title, you want to, like, a pun about pizza. But then I was like, nah, it's fine. We'll just make it. It's fine. We'll just make it what it is that we're making. That one's too much. That one's going to be slightly bigger than the other ones. Okay. Get this dough scraper out here. Get out of here. Hello, Star Jeffrey. Welcome. Thanks, Myra. Use some clickbait titles. You won't believe what this pizza dough looks like. No, that's for YouTube later. Looks itself. No, we have pizza at home. The pizza at home. Right. I need to roll these into balls and then cover them up. And then that's going to be... I think I'm going to make pizza tonight. Yay! Everybody make pizza! Let's go! Let's go! Gonna have a pizza party separately in different houses across the world, but still pizza party. Short stream, right? How long does it take to make a pizza? Well, these need to now. Oh god, I do need the dough scraper after all. These need to now rise for 2 hours once I've made them into balls. I don't know how I'm doing this. Would you like to make a pizza? It doesn't have to be a pizza. Okay, fine. We've got to do the thing. We do this. Make a little claw, and then you spin it like that. Can you buy me a pizza? I'm trying to save money. I need the dough. Oh, I upped the amount of bits you need, by the way, to make it speak. Okay, I wanted more flour, but maybe not quite that much. Thanks, capitalism. 2 hours to rise. It must be made from pizza dough. It takes me 2 hours to get out of bed. Oh my god, I had such trouble this morning because I had to make this like fairly early, or as early as I could. I got up when Joe got up, and I was like stumbling around. Like, I was so tired because I didn't go to sleep for like a long time last night. I wouldn't look at the clock, but it took me ages to get to sleep. So when I got up, I was like stumbling around the house. I think I made it 10. It's 10 bits. These are not evenly sized at all. I think my scales were lying. Like, look at this. They're all different sizes. Come on. Come on. Supposed to not stick to this. It's greaseproof paper. God. Get there. The morning zombie effect. I mean, maybe I was the same as I am most mornings, because most mornings I just stay in bed for a while and let myself wake up, but this morning I got up straight away and I was like, how do I make dough? How do I do anything? I had a coffee that was way too big and strong for little old me, and it also kept me up for hours. I had it for no reason. No regrets. No regrets. Looks so much smaller. Okay, maybe they are evenly sized. Would you like my egg?
I like my stomach like I like my pizza crust, stuffed.
We aren't doing a stuffed pizza crust, but I agree with the sentiment. It just made me think, oh wait, we're not doing a stuffed crust. But we could! I could do whatever I want. It's my pizza. I can make one of these a stuffed crust. I don't think I'm going to have enough toppings. I was about to say fillings. I think I'm going to have enough toppings to make 4 of the same pizza. But I do have, like, pre-made tomato sauce that I could have, like, a separate pizza. Case of zombie apocalypse. It's Laura Cat of Monster first. She's really a zombie, or she just... Yeah. It's like, here, drink this. I mean, even if I was a zombie, I'd probably take it, so that doesn't really help until I've drunk it. Stuffed crust is OP. That is true. I mean, I was gonna be like, let's just become a pizza streamer, but I can't do that because there's already a pizza streamer. Okay. These are my little buns. My little baby buns. Little baby boys. Mario, since you're also watching on Instagram, how is the sound, by the way? It's really quite echoey. I mean, Twitch is a big place. I'm sure there could be 2 pizza streamers. Yeah, but this is me. I'm not actually going to become a pizza streamer. Maybe the P in maybe if I change my username, it should just become PurpleCoffins. That's my username now. There's plenty enough space. You could get a pizza. Yeah, no, you're right. It's so sound. Thank you. That's good enough for me. Right, I'm gonna cover this up. And pop it in the warm cupboard, aka my oven. Oh, I should have put the oven back on while I was doing this. Warm it up a bit more. It isn't really working. It's not sticking. Yeah, that's not warm at all. Right. Putting that on the minimum. Thank you. Wait, did I see through the apocalypse? I want brains! I'm just gonna clean this up. And then we'll start chopping some onions and crying. There's more room in the sound, but you're coming in loud and clear. Thank you, Mara! This is going on the floor. I'm not careful. Skills. Open the bin with my foot. It's just a good excuse to get out those tears. Who's cutting onions in here? Me. I will be. I mean, I was gonna be like, I could just freeze the pizza dough, but I could make 4 pizzas. Maybe not all on stream, but maybe some for dinner. Wait, hold on. I just want to double check that I measured the dough right. Yeah, cool, I did. All good.
Would you like to freeze a pizza? Doesn't have to be a pizza. Okay, bye.
Would you like to freeze a pizza? It doesn't have to be a pizza. Okay, bye. We can make a calzone. Calzone. Why does it always do this to me? Oh, this music's quite quiet. Turn it up a wee bit. I know it's just finished the song, but it's not as high as I normally have it. I do like calzones because they are more contained. Is it calzone or calzone? Does anyone actually mind? So it's doing that because of the brightness. It doesn't like me. Just in case you're wondering, it's personally got a vendetta against me. I mean, that's gonna help at all. Our best bet is, I don't think I can fix it. It's just gonna have to be like that. I've tried so many ways of fixing this, by the way. The lighting. There's really nothing I can do unless I change this light. Because I fix it for like maybe an hour of stream, and then it just happens again as soon as I put something that's got a light color on the screen. See? Now it's fine. And now it's gonna do it. Didn't do it. Don't jinx it. Just put it there. Don't move anything. Don't move. It should be about the frame rate versus the frame rate of the light, but changing the frame rate only fixes it occasionally. It doesn't do it every time. It's weird. Anyway, I just say calzone, not zone A. Internet says calzone is only used in American English. Calzone A is anywhere in English. Ah, it's whatever you like. Thanks. I agree. Thank you for the info. Right. Do I do 1 or 2 onions for this? Because I don't really want to have like a whole heap of caramelized onions left over, but I also don't want to have like nothing for 2 pizzas. Double onion? Okay, double onion. Double onion it is. So, yeah, my story of where I went to get my ingredients, it's not very exciting. It's not a very exciting story. Is I was going... Oh, wait, I told you this yesterday. Never mind. I told this story on stream yesterday. Basically, in a nutshell, I was going to go to a different supermarket, and then I remembered that there was one closer. That's slightly more expensive, but it did have what I needed. So, that's really the... I went to M&S. I know, I'm so bougie. I'm going to turn this fan on, in the hopes that it makes my eyes water less. How do I best want to cut these? Marks and Spencer, in this economy? How do I want to cut them? Do I want to, like, dice? I don't really want to dice them. I want to make them into strips. Just trying to think of the best way of doing that. Just slices, I think, yeah. Let me get my food recycling bin. Slice into rings might be easiest. Yeah, I was thinking of doing like half rings, which is why I cut it in half. Like this, and then like that. So they're a little bit smaller, but they're not like... But then I can cut the other ones a different way. And when they break down, you'll have nice strips. Yeah, yeah. Oh, what am I doing? I should be keeping these. It's for stock. Silly fool I am. Ah, the joys of having the same base language and then being separated through time and distance. Sorry, delayed response because dealing with things. Oh, I hope your things are going okay. Got some bell pepper waste for the deer to eat. Oh, deer! Haha, sorry. I meant like, that's exciting, they're a deer, but then I realized it sounded like I said, oh dear. Haha. I wonder if I should be making them this thin. I'm making them quite thin. See? Well, thin as in this way. At least one isn't thin. The other ones, there we go. I guess it doesn't really matter that much. Because it's going to break down pretty quick. Sorry, I know people are going to be mad that I'm not doing the claw. It's been ages since I think I cooked on stream in January, I think was the last time I did it, but it was like a really chill, just making myself dinner kind of stream. So I don't really count it. Whereas this is like an actual, I'm making something fancy kind of dinner, kind of stream. Right. There, my oven's been on for a little bit at the lowest temperature. So if I put these in here now, they should rise. Rise! Rise! If I can actually get them covered up. Random Ray's school had her social media account hacked. I had to report it because it won't let her report it. Ugh. Whoa! Almost threw my pizza on the floor. I threw my pizza on the ground. Sorry, I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just kind of fiddling with the cling film. There we go. leave the door open a wee bit, just so it's got... Onions are like ogres. So I believe caramelized onions, we just put it on a really low heat and just leave it. And I think you maybe put a little bit of oil in it, but you're basically just supposed to leave it, and it just cooks it down until it gets all gummy and sweet. Yeah, since I'm on the mountain, I have heard of whitetail that wander through daily. I thought with the snow on the ground they would enjoy a nice snack. Oh, that's really nice. Whoa. Specific local Italian dialect pizza can also mean something boring or a slap. Hashtag pizza facts. Thank you for the hashtag pizza facts. Do not throw pizza on the ground. As a New Yorker, I believe I'm contractually bound to be morally offended. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. There we go. Onions are getting to me now. I'm going to use my best pan because it's got the most solid bottom, and it's less likely for things to burn rather than caramelize. However, the handle keeps coming off, so I need to tighten it. Give me a second. It doesn't come off, it just keeps coming loose, so I need to tighten it occasionally. What I really need are some really good pans, but you know, it's not cheap to replace all your pans, so I'll put that heat on a 3. So we don't need to bulk up the pizza rats. It's on the ground, it automatically belongs to the pizza rats. What kind of pizza style is your guys' favorite pizza? Because I don't really know what the different styles are, other than, is it Chicago that's like the deep one? Chicago style pizza is like the deep dish one. Right, I'm gonna pop these in. Yeah, thin crust. I like a thin crust. And I think it's because when I was younger, so when I was younger, we would have pizza every Saturday. Or rather, my parents would have curry, and I would have pizza. Because I didn't like curry as a child. And it wasn't like delivery pizza, it was oven pizza. But I remember we used to get deep dish, and I couldn't, like, it was just really not like Chicago deep dish, but just like thick base pizza. And I remember just getting kind of sick of it because there was just so much to eat. You got like a tiny bit of sauce and cheese, and then it was just like bread. Don't get me wrong, I love bread, but if I'm having a pizza, I don't want that much bread. At least I got a more robust crust that could hold its toppings up, doughy inside. And it's thick. Super thin. I think New York might be my preferred one then. I've missed a couple of bits of onion skin in there. I don't do soggy crust, just thin crust. NYC is the only one that does soggy. The rest of Europe does crispy if they're a decent one. Wait, are they intentionally soggy? I thought that was just like, if they're not well made, they're soggy. But they're, I'm intrigued. So Louis style has this strange cheese on it called Provel and a thin crispy crust. Is that like, excuse me, my nose again. The pizza we used to make at home was also a bit too much bread for me. I have a feeling this is, I'm not very good at making thin crust pizza. The last time I made pizza on stream, I ended up like with a really chunky crust, but it was fine because there was a lot of toppings. But I just can't seem to get it thin enough, and if I get it too thin, it rips. So we're gonna find out. Provel is a processed cheese. Is it like provolone? Because that's what I keep thinking of. So this is how much onion I have. Sure, on this one might be easier. This is how much onion I have. I'm gonna say it's probably gonna cook down by like half, I think that might actually be enough, because I'm not gonna like smother the pizza. I'm gonna leave it. I'm not gonna do the second one. Even though normally I'd be like, I'd rather not have to start again and make more caramelized onion, but I don't want to end up with loads of extra onion because I'm not gonna use it. So, right. So let's check the board. Pizza dough. Is good to go. Well, it's not good to go, but it's doing its thing. Oh, I never set a timer. Sorry, Instagram. I'm gonna have to tab out of you for a second. There we go. Onions started. Basil oil, that's next, and then ricotta. So the basil oil, I'm hoping, is just a case of taking basil and blending it in oil. But I'm going to look it up. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, if it's good enough for Tom Carriage. One large bunch of basil, 150 milliliters of olive oil, a pinch of salt. And then pass it through a sieve. Okay, hold on, I'm missing stuff. Depending on my mood, I prefer either a nice crispy thin pizza or a thick stuffed crust pizza. Pizza pie is best, though. Is pizza pie like a deep dish? Usually end up making half the dough amount that they recommend for my pizza and put it in a super hot oven. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, because I'm gonna use my card. Hello? I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I know you can't see me. Just give me a second. I think all of my USB ports just disconnected at the same time. Because you can still hear the music. Hello. Hi. I should be able to do it with this one as well. There we go. That was weird. But I'm here. Hi, I'm still here. I don't know why. They all just went boom, boom, boom. And I was like, what? What's happening? And the lights went off and my stream deck went off and I was like, it all just turned off at the same time. They did this another time. I remember there was another stream where they did it, but like, I couldn't get them back and everything just turned off and stayed off. I was like, what? So yeah. Am I supposed to put oil in this? Or am I supposed to just leave it with nothing? It stinks of onions in here now. Ghost. It's Frank, he's back. It's because we're talking about New York! That's why. Frank, for the uninitiated, is the poltergeist that sometimes affects the streams, that lives in my flat, and he's a New York gangster. Okay, I've been distracted enough making coffee, BRB. Okay, go get coffee. Go, go, go. Well, the thing is that it only happens when I'm doing cooking streams. It's never happened, touch wood, during a gaming stream. So I think it's something to do with the having so many things plugged in, it just freaks it out for a second, but it comes back. It's really weird. Anyway, I was missing stuff about cheese. There's important information about cheese happening in the chat. Provel is a white processed cheese product particularly popular in St. Louis cuisine. It's a combination of cheddar, Swiss, and provolone. Ah, okay, that's why I'm thinking of provolone, because it's got it in it. Provel has a low melting point and therefore has a gooey and almost buttery texture at room temperature. Ooh. Never gotten stuffed crust, maybe it's because I don't like a lot of commercially processed mozzarella. because the laptop gets hungry. I live a lot in New York, so every pizza place makes a poor attempt. Ah, I see. Oh my god, more onion skin than I missed. I don't really want onion skin in my pizza. So, yeah, I think I'm just supposed to leave this on a fairly low heat to do its thing. I might put it on the back, actually, so it's not so much in the way. And now we're gonna make basil oil. Cool, let's do it. And I'm gonna use my stick blender instead of my food processor, because my food processor has been having a hissy fit lately. It does not like complying. So let's go get the basil. It said, I think, a handful of basil. In fact, let me get out everything. Let me show you what we have. It's actually not that much. We have a little gremlin running across the room. So, just to zoom in, we have grana padano that I had to go to 2 different shops to find. Same thing with ricotta, because one of them had ricotta and the other one had the grana padano, but they didn't both have both. Anyway, ricotta, mozzarella, and basil. And yes, I did go to M&S, but I wanted to get good cheese. I didn't want to get cheap cheese. I wanted to have nice cheese, so it's fine. I'm from Philly. I found a place that makes one with a decent crust for me. Sorry, it's noisy. I lived in Chicago, and she sent me Lou Manatis frozen deep dish. Ooh. Those ones aren't as good as the fresh, but I will do. New York City and the rest of New York are the same as you and your cousins. Technically part of the same family, but their own people. Now I know. They get a little bit of everything, all of the time. A little bit of everything, all of the time. Now, is this gonna be... It is! It is on a bunch! There's an ad about to start. Sorry, folks. There we go. But... I don't actually like this. I don't actually like basil, but the smell is quite nice. We waft this at you like those traditional healing videos where they smack people in the head with plants, which I think are really cool, but they don't look very comfortable. I'm gonna get rid of the slimy bits. Even though I bought this yesterday, there's already bits that aren't very nice. When people just hear New York, assume New York City, and they forget about Finger Lakes and Upstates. Finger Lakes and Upstates. That sounds like a song. Don't make herbs like they used to. I mean, the ideal situation would be for me to go down to the allotment and pick some basil. But A, I don't know if there's any basil growing there, and B, I don't want to go back there until I actually go to work on my plot, because I've not been there in a very long time, and I don't want them to shout at me. So I was gonna go this week, but then I kept having things to do, and I didn't have time, because I was like, oh, I'll go before stream on this day, and then I had to go to the shops to do something, or there was just always something I had to do, and I never got there. But yeah, we're gonna basil this basil so hard, it's gonna become basil oil. I'm just getting rid of all the stemmy bits. Let me move this a little bit. There we go. I've driven 8 through Plan A. But not me, like her, me, but not her, not me. Don't get someone using me, Mario. Alright, that is much too much heat on those. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. Just while they heat up. Just so they don't start crispening. You don't want them to crispen. Confusing me or you, me? I don't even know anymore. Plus, I can avoid driving in Connecticut. It's such a terrible state to drive through. It'd be Canadian if Canada would let me any closer. So when the rest of New York call Albany upstate, it's like, aren't you more mid-New York? See, the only thing I know about Albany is that it's in that, it's in steamed hams. The Simpsons thing. Well, I'm from Utica. Oh no, it's more of an Albany expression. Is it St. Patrick's Day today? I think it is, isn't it? We don't really do anything about St. Patrick's Day here. So that's why I haven't said anything. Okay, this is our handful of basil. Because all the rest was stems. And nasty ones. So, this is what we're gonna blend into oil. And all of that you can't see is gonna go in my stock bag. Which I'm gonna get out now. Because I actually don't know. Oh. No, I can't get it out because the freezer is broken. I'm gonna put it in here for now. Louisiana turned its river green again. Chicago turns the river green too. Really? With what? Algae? Does someone some plant algae? Go. It just stinks of onions in here right now. Die. How very dare you? That's a horrible thing to say. I'm joking. I'm joking. What do I want to blend it in? Do I want to use a jug? Do I even have? Where's my jug gone? I think I've lost my jug, folks. Like losing your nerve, but a lot less cool. Think it's like, go and make coffee. You said that like 3 times. I have this jug, but I think this might be a better receptacle for making stuff with. Because it's, whiter. They ship thousands of... Oh, I read that as IBS, not ELBS. Pounds of dye, and anyone brave enough to go to a swim turns green. I mean, you know what? Celebrate whatever you want to celebrate, that's fine. But it just seems a bit... Not my city, I won't speak on it. Right. Basil oil. Basil. I don't really remember tasting the basil oil, so I don't think they put very much on it. Not my city, not my circus, exactly. And I'm gonna use, sorry honey if you're watching, I'm gonna use Joe's fancy olive oil that he got for dipping. Because he likes a little bit of bread and oils, just num 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 num. But the other olive oil we have does not taste very nice, and since I won't be cooking it, I want to use the nice tasting stuff. So, sorry honey, we're gonna use some of your oil. There's a fly in my face. Where did you come from? Hasn't been a fly in here for years. I think it said, eating bread with olive oil like he's a Roman emperor. Exactly. Large bunch of basil, 150 milliliters of olive oil. Pick the leaves from the basil and place them in the blender. Add olive oil, pour it over. Put the lid on and cover with a cloth and blend and season. And then pass through the oil through a muslin cloth or tea towel and put it in the fridge. Okay. I don't have anything, really, to pass it through. A sieve. That's the best I can do. I just shake my head and think all that money could have gone to social improvements. Yeah. Or even just, like, because it's clearly a budget for a celebration, but even, like, a celebration of something else. Not that St. Patrick's Day doesn't deserve to be celebrated, but green dye, when you could have, I don't know, spent it on food. Anyway. How much is in this bottle? Okay, 500. It's gonna take a chunk of it, but it's not. This is quite a lot. I will send your money and buy more for him next time I go to the shops. Okay, it's a bit over. Hopefully that's a large bunch, and I'm not going to have too much oil to basil. But we're going to blend. Gonna give these a start. Brewing. What had happened was the ADHD knew if I had the caffeine it would have gained some control. My job, I work trying to make things better in my town. So all I see is the money going to something so superficial and dream of having that sort of budget. Oh no, I'm totally with you. I understand. Right, I'm gonna mute my microphone because it's gonna be I mean, it's probably not actually gonna be that noisy. Shall we have a test? If you're wearing headphones, take them out for a second. I need to test if this is gonna be too loud. Oh, it's not plugged in. That would help. I forgot for a second that it wasn't battery powered. Hold on. Gosh, I hope I haven't hit the cable for the internet. Hello. It's me. I'm back. I just had to reset my computer, but we're back. Yeah, and we're gonna make some basil oil. That's where we got here. But hello, thank you everyone who stuck around there while we were offline. Thank you for your patience. I appreciate it. I actually clearly just went offline just so that Sick Inside could finish their coffee. That's definitely what happened. Oh, hello. Hi, streamer person. What are we making today? Hello. Well, today we are making a pizza, a Branca pizza, a white pizza with a bunch of really nice things. Here is what's happening. Oh, I need to pin it now. Aha. See, if you hadn't asked, I would have forgotten I had to do that. There we go. I appreciate you for forcing me to make my coffee. You're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know if my light balancing is okay. I look kind of grey, but we're just going to get on with things. So I was about to blend up this oil, but I'm going to mute my microphone to do this because I don't want it to deafen anybody, and I'm hoping that it actually works and we don't end up with lots. We will end up with lots of tiny pieces of basil leaf, but I'm hoping we can, I don't know, strain it or something so it's not too bad. But I just need to mute myself. Do not fret, you did not monopolize chat. I think you were being very civil about the conversation you were having. Like, I think you were, you know, airing your grievances, but you weren't, like, being rude about it. And I appreciate that. So that's our basil oil that we now need to strain somehow. But basil smelled really nice. I came back into the kitchen, and I was like, wow, it smells like onions and basil, but, like, it's really nice. Speaking of, these guys are not really doing much, but that's okay. It's alright. I don't mind, and it's my stream. Just runny pesto. It does look like runny pesto, but also, hi Aaron. Enjoy your lurk. I used to have a cheesecloth, but it kind of didn't survive. So I don't really have another option. I have kitchen paper. Would that work? I have kitchen paper and I've got a sieve. Would that suffice? Coffee filters? No, I don't have a filtered coffee maker. My coffee maker is like a espresso one. Also, hi Unicorn Mobster, how you doing? Anyone? I do have a P.O. box. Might not be worth it though. It'd probably be easier for me to just buy my new one. A few layers of paper towel should work. Okay, I was just worried it would soak up too much of the oil. I think I probably have a nice bottle that I can put this in once it's done, unless I throw it out, which is possible. I mean, I've got this bottle that used to have rum in it that I might be able to commandeer. So, right, let's try this. I don't think I can get this in shot. No, the sieve is not super fine. Should I do it like this? This is a bit precarious. Perhaps I should find a different... I'll get my nicer sieve. It's still a bit wet. Maybe we do this into a bowl or something instead, so it's less precariously balanced. Yeah, let's go with nicer sieve. I mean, this one's a slightly finer mesh, but it's also just a nicer quality sieve. So I'm going to do it into a bowl, which is a bit strange, but I'd rather... That's not clean. I'd rather do it into a bowl than try and get it into this jug. This one. I mean, actually, it could work if I balance the... That's also not clean. Wow, my dishwasher did not do a good job. I don't know. I think you use it at the end as a finishing oil. Alright. Let's try this. I know you can't really see what I'm doing. I'll move the camera once I've got this set up. I'm gonna use 2 pieces of kitchen paper, and I'm gonna fold it in half. So it's like 4 layers. It's extra flavor. Well, I'm going to do it anyway because I also want to keep this, and I think it will keep longer if it doesn't have bits in it. Can I try and get this so you can see it? Oh, that's terrible. Oh well. It'll have to do. Here we go. Our super runny pesto. Yum, 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 yum. I'll get a little spatula. Make sure I get it all out. I'm going to turn the heat up on that bit. I know, giving you nostalgic vibes with the lines, huh? Nothing appears to be going through. I think there might be too much kitchen roll. There's nothing happening. See? Sieve should be enough. Okay, let's try this again. How do I... How? How do I do this? Okay, I'll work it out. I'm going to turn it back to my face, because I think having it, you guys close up is actually stressing me out more. Got it back in the jug. Did you get the ad for kitchen roll with a tiny elephant sucking up the water? No, I don't think so. Is that what they're doing? They're sucking up all the basil. Would anyone like some pesto towel? I think we've got... It's still mostly that. I mean, if I literally just need it as a finishing oil, I don't need that much. My hands are super oily. Just trying to make them not feel disgusting. Sorry, kitchen towel. Sounds better than paper towel. Okay, just the sieve this time. Focus. Hello? What are you focusing on? I'm so confused. There we go. Oh yeah, stuff's coming through now. My onions are cooking down. I'll help it along. you know, listen to those drippy sounds there. Sometimes I have good ideas. Sometimes not so much. I thought, you know, I think also if I'd tried to use a cheesecloth, it would have had the same effect. I think it's just too thick of a liquid to work properly. Oh wow, I only put this up by one level on my hob, and it's already getting a lot hotter. Tiny bit more water. I don't know if I'm supposed to put water in it, but it's stopping them from... Sorry, this is the caramelized onions, if you don't know what I'm doing. It's stopping them from just sticking and burning, but without having to add any extra fat. A cheap kitchen towel that would have worked, but you had stuff that actually works to soak up messes. Yeah. I have the good stuff, apparently. Let's get a bit more in there. I have no idea how when I was planning March, when I was planning my streams, I didn't realize it was St. Patrick's Day. Like I said, we don't really do stuff for it here, but still. I know about, like, International Popcorn Day and stuff like that, but... Probably good that we're not going to end up with a lot of this oil, so I'm not sure what else I'll use it for. Yeah, the pizza definitely wasn't super basil-y, but I think it's definitely just like a finishing oil rather than as part of the base. I'm pretty sure that the base is going to be the ricotta mixture, and that's like the sauce part, and then everything else just goes on the top. Alright. Basil mush. That's what this is. The stuff we have at work that just pushes liquid around is what you need. Oh, right, the paper towels. Maybe use it in a bread. Ooh, that sounds great, actually. That's a great shout. I'm gonna go tip this into the bin. No, I can tip it into my food recycling. What am I doing? There you go. There's the basil oil. Don't think that'll keep very long, so yeah, I think that's definitely gonna have to be used up. Maybe even this stream. We could work on it this stream. Let me just pop this into my food recycling. I'm gonna put that in my dishwasher. This is the whole reason I emptied it this morning. I can just chuck stuff straight in and not have to use up loads of counter space with all my dirty dishes. And this is starting to stick again. Clearly have it up too high. Probably need to pasteurize it if you want to keep it, yeah. So I think... Well, we'll use it on the pizza, and then if we hate it, then I... Oh wait, I was supposed to put oil... I'm supposed to put salt in it. I forgot that. I didn't put any salt in. That's probably enough. I can't really taste it. I mean, I could get some bread. Hold on. Like a dipping oil. Also, I know you said pasteurize, but I keep reading that as you saying prioritize. You have to prioritize if you want to keep it. I made teriyaki meatballs and rice the other night. I had a sink full of dishes. Made me remember why I don't cook as much. I know, like, I would clean the kitchen top to bottom, and then I'd be like, I'm gonna make something slightly fancy for dinner. And then by the time I'm finished cooking, it's just like the whole place is a mess again. I'm like, damn it. Because there's so many containers and things. Let's just put a tiny bit in here, and we'll give it a taste. Wow. It needs more salt. I don't really like it, but I don't really like the taste of basil much, like on its own, so it's okay. But it's not the main flavor. It's fine. But now, we're on the basil oil. Ooh, oh my god, that really hits you. Ooh, ha. Especially since it's just me, so I don't have someone else to clean because I cooked. The amount of time that I cook, and then I also clean. Cooking is messy, but messy for a purpose. Oh yeah, no. There's that line where you're like, was it worth all of this mess for this one dish that I made that wasn't that good? Yes, because you're learning. Oh, my music's super low again. Yeah, there's a really strong basil punch at the end. It's like, boo, right in the face. But again, finishing well. Not so much messy for just cleaning the dishes. Try to do it as I go, but sometimes that's not possible. Yeah. I mean, when I'm actually making dinner, not on camera, I'll clean as I go. But it's a lot more tricky when I'm streaming, because, you know, I have to do things and have to just put stuff aside. The meatballs were worth it. Homemade teriyaki sauce was super easy. Def would use it for other things. Ooh, well, I clean in loads of activity, but sometimes that's not possible. Exactly. It just depends what you're doing. Things like frying things. So recently Joe was like, can we have Japanese curry? Can we have katsu curry? So I was like, yeah, sure. You know, I've got enough time to make it. I'll make it. And it was all going fine. And then I was like, I'm going to have to pane and fry the chicken. And I have so many other things on the go because I've got rice, I've got the sauce cooking. I have so many dishes and I haven't even started with the chicken. And I was like, ah. And it's just frying things. Like, frying things just like shallow frying is fine. But anything that uses any modicum of oil, it just stresses me out because it just goes everywhere. And I know you can get those like oil guards so that you don't splash oil all over your kitchen. But I don't have that, and I end up splashing oil all over my kitchen, and it stresses me out. So, yeah, this is still quite a lot of onion, even when it started to cook down. Hold on, let me show you. Whoop. So I feel like I'm glad I didn't do the other onion, because that's definitely at least 2 pizzas, if not more, worth of onion. Because I'm not going to put a lot on. It's not like completely covered. It was just like a little bit here and there. My stove's like spiking high on temps or anything on it I have to watch. Oh yeah, no. I mean, not, oh my goodness, not so much the burn or set things on fire, but I definitely have had things boil really fast. Like, my hob is so temperamental. It's electric. I hate it. Sorry, but I do. I hate it. And if I owned this property, I would change it in a heartbeat to an induction hob, because I can't have a gas hob because there's no gas. This flat does not get a gas line. Everything is electric. But if I could change it to an induction hob, I would in a heartbeat. But I rent this place, so I can't do anything about it. And it's just, it takes so long for them to heat up, and then they just stay hot. It's so difficult to gauge things, which is why when I'm doing cooking on stream and it's like the main part, I have an induction hob, a portable one that I can cook things on, because it's so much easier to control. But not all my pans work with it, and if it's just something like cooking caramelized onions down in the background, I don't bother. My server's approximately the same age as me. My landlord told me he's waiting for it to die so he can replace it. We got a new oven while we've been living here, because it was, it just kept having problems, and the landlord eventually just went, we're just going to replace it. And it's a really nice oven. I really like this new oven. It's very nice, and I do not I have no problems with it. But the hob I hate, because they're not attached to each other. They're You can kind of make it out. See, it's like inbuilt into the counter, and then the oven is sitting inside the counter, so they're not attached to each other. So I can't get this replaced. Though I might be able to if I just break it. I forgot induction cooktops are a thing. They're not super popular here either. At least not in in properties I've lived in. I have friends who have them, but I feel like they're really popular in new builds, but most people have a gas or one of these old-fashioned electric ones. But if you're getting a new kitchen, induction's pretty great. Ideally, I want a gas hob, but that can't happen while I live in this flat because there is no gas. Right, what are we doing? Ricotta! We're making the ricotta. I'm going to check on the pizza dough first, actually, because we've got... Whoa! Oh my god! They have grown quite large. Oh my god. Okay, hold on. Look at these! They're huge! The size of them! And they've still got just under an hour before they're supposed to be done. But I think we could probably use them now and get away with it. They smell very, yeasty. I can smell it from here. Those got huge! They did. They got very big. And they're gonna stay in there, in the oven that is not actually on, don't worry, it's just to keep them warm. Because I have my, boiler cupboard. But that's not consistently warm. It just depends on whether I've been using the hot water or not. And there's not really a good place to put them because there's no flat surface. So these look very dry. I don't know if adding water is good or if I'm just supposed to leave them to do their thing. But I like to stir them because they keep sticking. Yes, ricotta. So what we're doing with the ricotta is we're gonna mix lemon zest into it. No idea how much. Thinking a lemon or half a lemon's worth of zest for this much ricotta. This is 250 grams. I almost got mascarpone because I went to 2 different M&S's. I was on my way to a Tesco, and then I was like, oh, M&S probably has the fancy cheese, even though it's a smaller one. And I went in, and I was looking around, and I was like, well, okay, they've got this, they've got that. They don't have Grana Padano, but they have a space for it. They just don't have any on the shelf. I'm going to go to the other M&S that is 10 minutes walk away. So off I go. I go to that M&S, I'm like, ha, Grana Padano, perfect. Get that, get some basil, get my mozzarella, go, boop, get my lemons, get my onions, walking around the shop, ready to go. Again, just a space for ricotta and no ricotta on the shelf. So I buy all of that, and then I scurry on back to the first M&S and get ricotta and some potatoes for dinner. But the potatoes were not part of the stream. So I had to go to 2 separate M&S's, but I got everything, and I didn't have to replace anything, which I was worried I was going to have to. But this is, yeah, ricotta. So, tiny bit of oil. Let's do that. Bloop. A little bit more than that. There we go. So, what do we think, chat? I've got 250 grams of ricotta here. And I'm going to add lemon to it. Because that was like a big part of the pizza, was that it was like, you were like, ooh, this is really fresh and lemony, but it's actually really good. And not like overpowering. So I'm thinking like half a lemon's worth of zest. How much is that in American? What do you measure in? Ounces? What would you measure your cheese in? I don't even know. Let me get my lemon as well so you can see the size of it. I'm just kidding. Good. Like how do I measure cheese? I'm gonna add a little bit more oil if it needs it. So, side note, half a lemon would be good, then maybe do a tiny taste test. I think you're right. Actually, before I say this, side note. So, in the listing on the website for this pizza, right? Which is really difficult because obviously it's in Portuguese. I don't think the actual listing for the pizza is in Portuguese, but everything else is. And Uber Eats was like, "You're not in Portugal. Why do you want to order from them?" And I'm like, "No, I just want to know what's on the pizza." It was like, it said ricotta with lemon and garlic, but I don't know if it was ricotta with lemon and garlic or there was just garlic on the pizza as well. Because I have a feeling if I mix in like some garlic puree, basically, but then if it's, I don't know if that's going to cook enough for it to not just taste like raw garlic, and I don't want to ruin the ricotta by doing that. So I need advice. What do you guys think? Do you think I should mix in garlic into this, into the ricotta, or do you think I should just put it separately on the pizza? Because I'm gonna puree it, like it's gonna be not gonna be chunks. It's just gonna be smooth garlic. Lemon garlic feels Greek inspired, but with Italian cheese. Maybe have a tiny bit less intense on the lemon because it will intensify as it cooks. Okay. Is the garlic going in raw or roasted? Raw. I could do roasted garlic, but I really should have started that by now if I do. Yeah, maybe I should do roasted garlic. That would be really nice. But it will make everything take longer. What do we think, chat? That sounds like a good idea to me. Because if you roast it, the sweet will play off the lemon and the cheese. Yes. I think that's a really good idea. Okay, in that case, we're taking the pizza out the oven. And we're gonna get that garlic on now. It's as soon as we can. $180, I think. Garlic roasted in raw. Well, if you put it in raw, I'd probably put it on separate, yeah. So if we do roasted garlic and then we mix it in with the ricotta, but we don't put in a lot. We look like maybe a clove, not like a whole, not too much. We just put in like a little bit, and we mix that in with the ricotta and the lemon zest. And then we use that as the base. That's going to be the base sauce. So instead of like tomato sauce, it's going to be that. I'm typing on mobile phone. So no, that's totally fine. I appreciate the input. I think, yeah. If you put, I think, I didn't even think about roasting garlic, which is weird because I love roasted garlic. I didn't even consider that as an option when I was planning this. So thank you very much for the suggestion, Stick Inside. You are a savior. Let's get together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna put it in this little thing, in some tin foil, and I'm gonna do a whole bulb because I will use it in other things, so it's not gonna go to waste. I don't know where to put this. I shouldn't have cut that yet. Right. Come on. I mean, the caramel. The onions still have a long time before they're caramelized, so it's fine if we're gonna take a little bit longer. I mean, I normally roast garlic for like an hour. Wow, am I dreaming? This has been a long time. Hi, Daddy! I upped the bits. It now has to be 10 bits for it to read it out, just in case you're wondering why there was no Welshman reading out your message. But hi! How you doing? We're back in the kitchen. We're doing a pizza. We have one day more, to unlock a cooking stream for next week. But yeah, we're doing a pizza. And you can see the pinned comment, the pinned message if you want to see what we're making. Let's mute this because it's going to be really crinkly. There we go.
Yep, and not great lol, let's say mental health since the start of the year has been getting me and never felt like this before, so yeah, yesterday and today is sad lol, at least I can watch you on the TV and cook in it.
Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that, Danny. I hope it gets better soon. Oh gosh. Hi, Sam. I'm gonna end up making onion jam at this rate. I want you to cook and brown, but not that unevenly. This, by the way, for those who just come in, this is the caramelized onions that are going on the pizza. They're starting to cook a little bit too fast. And this is the roasted garlic, which we are going to put on the pizza as well. Would onion jam be bad on a pizza? No, there is a pizza place. There's a pizza place locally that does onion chutney as a topping option. I've never had it, but I've seen it. I've ordered from them. Do you think anyone's going to have to moida me if I wear green tartans to the St. Paddy's Day party? I mean, surely it's just green. And tartan is also... I think tartan is also Irish. So I think you're alright. This is not the good oil. This is the less good oil because it's being cooked, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing because I changed the camera. Sorry. I just glugged some oil over that. And then we're gonna... I'm gonna put it on a tray though, because it'll be easier to take out later. I get my hand around this little thing. There we go. There we go. They're definitely starting to do their thing now. I think it is, but this is a Scottish pattern. It's my only green thing. I mean, I appreciate you being concerned about it, but I don't think anyone's gonna... I mean, it depends who you're going with. If you're going with a bunch of Scottish people, then maybe, but... Nice top, thank you. It is actually a dress. Let me do a spin. Spin for you. There you go. But thank you. They moided me. I'm gonna work if I'm dead. And you get to sleep too. Oh wow, this is very, very jammy. It smells very... Ooh, can't see. All steamed up. This is what it looks like. And this is what it looked like. It's gotten very quickly gone brown. It wasn't like this a second ago. It's kind of very quickly gotten this color. I don't think it's quite there yet. I'm going to keep it low on a low heat still. I hope you've got cover. You know, someone's going to cover your shift. What are we doing? We're doing ricotta, but we can't do anything because we're waiting for the garlic to roast. Speaking of, I need to put a timer on for that. Actually, I'll just use the timer that's for the pizza dough. We have a bunch of Canadians in. Oh no. Don't let the Canadians find out. Do you know what house the tartan is? It's okay if you don't. So yes, as Nightbot has just posted in chat, that is what I will be cooking next week. But if we don't reach the goal today, that's okay. We'll just move it over a week, and it'll just keep going until we do reach the goal. Or I change my mind and we decide to make something else on stream. But that's how it works now. Actually, I should say this. If you're watching this, if you haven't been here this week, or I guess last week while I was talking about this, and this is your first time here in a while, or you're watching this on YouTube, or wherever, this is how it works now. In order to do cooking streams, we unlock them with goals, and if you unlock it one week, the next Friday will be the cooking stream. So this one was paid for last week. I do take into account things like Patreon and stuff, so this one's only this expensive because it requires me to import the fish for the dish, so it's extra because of that. Normally it's not 30 quid. It wouldn't normally be that high, but that's just because of the extra importing of the ingredients. So, but other things will be cheaper. But yeah, I had it in Portugal and it was super tasty. It wasn't called that. It's a preserved cod. I don't know if I'm importing it from Portugal, but I'm importing it from that area. It's a specific way of preserving it. And then you have to like soak it. I think it's like salted, because you then have to like soak it overnight to get rid of all of the extra salt when you get it. I don't remember, other than I saw on a listing several years back, one of great grandpa's parents was Scottish, so I sometimes look at stuff and go, I wonder what they think of me. I commend you for that. That is so like self-aware, because that's really great. Because it's St. Patrick's Day today, I've seen a lot of people. I've seen some people on Twitter being like, can't wait for all of the people who say that they're 1/28th Irish, blah 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 blah, all this stuff. But yeah, I think that's really good. I want it. I mean, as someone who's Scottish and sometimes I wonder if people think I'm lying about being Scottish, because I don't really sound that Scottish. I mean, I sound more Scottish than I do English now, but I used to sound much more English. And sorry, my nail's just like torn. And I have gradually lost the accent, but I've never lived in England. It's just because my mother is English and I picked up her accent. But I have lived in Scotland my entire life. Promise. We all know you're really Canadian. No, don't bring this back. No! I thought I'd escaped that. You know where that we actually have to do? Hold on. Every time it gets mentioned, we have to bring up the backstory. I got found in a Tesco. Oh, there we go. You've asked me all the time if I'm Canadian because I picked up the oots. Okay, I think these are probably done. What do we think? I thought these were going to take a lot longer. They actually haven't taken nearly as long as I expected. No. They don't smell quite done, but I'm worried about cooking them any longer if they start burning. Let me leave that to cool a second and then I'll taste it. Unfortunately, the mad coup disease is also in the UK, so this really didn't work. I know. I remember that. There's still too much bite to them. Oh, they have no flavor. Oh my god. When in doubt, add salt. I also have MSG, which is a last resort, but these taste like nothing. I'm gonna cook them down a bit more. In fact, British people are still banned from giving blood internationally. Really? I didn't know that. I dropped it on Insta, but I'm here now. I saw. Hello, Ego. Hi. Yes, I used to do this a while ago. I used to do, when I went live in the kitchen, I would also go live on Instagram. Ideally, I'd like to go live on TikTok, but I don't have enough followers to do that. So I have to do it on Instagram. And, it used to just be me, but I was like, well, now you can't see the food if it's just me on screen, so now I've made it so you can see. Oh my gosh. OBS. Lemon fell off the table. Gotta wash. You're on mute though, because I'm with the dragon in hospital while they get the bloods. I hope they are successful in procuring the blood. One frustrating thing about me is if I listen to people long enough, I steal their accents. Joe does that as well. He's got a fun story about a guy that we met when we were out with friends, and he was just chatting to him, you know, slightly inebriated, just having a conversation with a stranger in a bar. And the stranger, towards the end of the conversation, was like, "So where in Ireland are you from?" And Joe hadn't realised he'd been talking with an Irish accent the whole time, because the other guy was Irish, and he'd picked up the accent, and he was just doing it, and he was like, "Oh no." That was a fun fact. The Simpsons can appear up to 30 years after. Whoa. I didn't know that. British people alive during it. Oh my god, I didn't know that. Just can't decide whether you're talking about a lemon or lemon. Wow, you have to guess. Devonish after a 4-day holiday. Yep, Shogun's off on a deep dive. Oh, I keep putting the glove up there and then you can't see my face. Let me move it down here. I think it's still got too much bite. I don't remember actually biting through any onion. Like when I had the pizza, it was just kind of there. It wasn't really like a texture. So I'm trying to get it like really smushy. So basically onion jam. But I also want it to be nice. And so far it's not nice, it's just kind of there. That's a bit better with the salt. It just kind of tastes burnt rather than caramelized. I think maybe that's where the colors come from. I'm gonna cheat, I'm adding sugar. Please don't disconnect my stream, please don't disconnect the stream. Thank you. Every time I go behind my laptop, I'm concerned it's gonna disconnect the stream, because it did. Last time. I'm going for a deep dive. Plug scale into skull. Goes limp. Oh my god. That deep of a dive. Finally rolled my R's though, because I've been hanging out with Romanian friends. That's really cool. I'm not going to try, because my brace has really ruined my ability to speak properly. I keep lisping and like doing S's instead of TH's. I can't wait to get this thing out. Next week I'm getting a replacement brace because the current brace isn't holding. For those who don't know, I have a bit of plastic in my mouth that is widening my teeth. Not my actual teeth, but it's widening the spaces between my teeth so that I can have Invisalign, and everything can be moved into place so that my teeth can be straight. And I'm spending a lot of money on it. But it gets adjusted every week. I have to adjust it to widen it a bit more, and it hasn't been keeping the adjustment, so I have to get a new one made. And obviously they don't get made overnight, so I've had to wait 3 weeks. So I've not been adjusting it for 3 weeks, and it's just kind of in my mouth, and it's annoying because it's not actually doing anything right now. Power goes blank across the northern seaboard. Oh no! Get jammy, you. Right, adding more oil? Oil. My semi-Spanish teachers tried to teach me. Turns out I just need to speak to Romanians for a few years. There you go. Solved. Quite funny. So Joe is, you guys know this, Joe's on a podcast with his friends. And they talk about TV shows and stuff. And it's a good podcast, you should listen to it. It's called the With Mates podcast. I'm going to be on it at some point soon. But the point I'm trying to make is that when he, whenever he's recording it, he's always so much more Scottish, and it's really funny. Because then he'll come out of recording it, and he'll be chatting to me, and I'll be like, your accent's, like, gone up here. So that's something that amuses me so much. Oh no, you don't have to apologize. Never feel self-conscious about sharing stuff. Right, that is doing its thing. We can't really do anything until the garlic's roasted. Wish I thought of that at the beginning. The pizza dough is pretty much ready, but I'm just going to leave that until it's time, because I can't do anything with it till we need the pizza dough. The onions are pretty much ready, and I can't do the ricotta until we have the garlic, so we're just kind of twiddling our thumbs now. I could zest the lemon, actually. Let's zest the lemon so it's done. That's gonna take a little bit of time. No, not time. Ricotta. Haha. It looks like worms. I really hope I don't have to start this again because it's not done right. I think I might have to start this again. Because they kind of just taste burnt. They're not burnt, but... I have to go to work, but thank you for brightening my morning and keeping the social anxiety beast at bay. I hope your day goes well. I hope the scavenger hunt isn't too tough on you. I don't mean on the children, I mean on you. Thanks so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. It was lovely to speak to you. Have a good day. Really unfun fact. It turns your brain into a sponge. Ugh. I don't want to know. Let's test that lemon. I mean, if we have to start again with the onions, at least we've got something to occupy our time while we wait for the garlic. I'm so annoyed. Because, like, they look a really good color, but when you actually taste them, it's just kind of like... The color is clearly from overcooking rather than from caramelizing. But I'm just going to keep them on the heat until I've done this lemon, and then we'll make a decision. I also have to grate the grana padano and sort out the mozzarella, but that's not going to take very long. So I text my bored kids' mum that they're unwell, so they won't be there, so that's a bit sad. Aw, I'm sorry. That sucks. Wow, I still hope it goes well anyway. Get this lemon. Get this bread. If you want the full experience of the sound of this being grated, go to Instagram. So what can I tell you about? I will take your hug. Here you go. There's your hug from me. I really love this dress, by the way. I think the last time I wore it was on a cooking stream. And then I washed it and put it away, and then I was like, I'm gonna wear this dress again, because I feel like it. This is grating really easily. Oh, thank you. It's from IKEA. Just a little... It's got a normal, like, cheese grater top as well. So yeah, I was kind of gonna take the garlic and, like, just add it to the lemon, but I think the roasting is a lot better as an idea. And now I have roasted garlic and basil oil to use up. Only really so much I can do to this to stop. If it tastes burnt, there's only so much I can really do. I'll take one more test of this, and then I think I'm just going to end up having to throw them out. It's fine. Even more sugar. I really like recreating recipes, but usually I have a bit more to go off of. Because I did a Taco Bell recipe a couple of years ago now, which is available on YouTube. Because it's one of the only cooking streams I actually uploaded from that year. Because I spent ages going through it. I don't think I edited it necessarily, but I did. I think I did something to it. I can't remember what. Anyway. And that was really fun, because I did loads of research, and I found out what kind of cheese they use, and found out that in different parts of America, they actually use different cheeses in their cheese blends in Taco Bell. So they taste different. I went through all of that and found what I could find. And it was really tasty. And it was just really fun. But with this, it's a lot less information to go off of, because there's no, allergen, this super descriptive list of ingredients because it's not a chain. It's this one Portuguese pizza place that I went to. Off to IKEA to buy a new grater. Bye! Have fun! I'm assuming they probably still sell them. I got it years ago, but I'm guessing they probably still have the same ones. Can we disguise the gross burnt taste? That does taste a lot better, actually. We might not have to remake it. Yeah. I think we might be okay. Maybe. If they're totally disgusting, I just won't put them on the pizza. Right. Okay, so I'm gonna tick that. Ready? I like this. I like this strategy of the plan. Container with a lid and 2 different grater plates. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. I just... Because the lid is for if you grate too much cheese, you can put the lid on it and put it in the fridge. It may not be blue, but it's the right one. Onions are done! I used to have my list of subscribers for each stream up there. You may remember if you subscribed, you got your name added to the board. But between streams, I'd want to use it for other stuff, and I couldn't because it was full of names. So I'm trying something new. It might be nice to put people who sub during this specific stream rather than for the whole month. That was the other problem, is that I would start a stream and I'd be like, I have to put in everyone who subbed up to this point. Put today's helpers on the board. Today's helpers are Sick Inside and Ravenwood. You are a helper. You helped me with onions. No, with garlic. Yeah, you know what? I am going to do that. That's cute. Let's do that. Today's helpers. Like we're in school. I'm going to put... I can never remember. Is it the K or the E that's capitalized? It's the E! I've typed your name so many times. Oh, and I did it wrong again. Yes, I did it right. And Ravenwood. There you go. Oh, look, it's perfectly cut so you can still see it above the other camera. I went through, I had to do a bunch of stuff this morning. You're welcome, you're up there now, because you helped me out. And, yeah, so this morning, I did all my shopping yesterday, because something that's a real pet peeve of mine, I do it to myself, is when I have to go and get the ingredients for a stream the day of the stream, because... 2 things. First of all, I always end up exhausted because I've had to go around all the shops and then stand on my feet for how many hours to do the stream. 2, did I say A or 1? Doesn't matter. 2, I end up stressed out because I'm rushing to not be late for stream. And 3, if I can't find something in the shop, I have barely any time to make a contingency plan. So I did it all yesterday. So this morning, Joe asked me to go and get him some stuff from the shop, so I went off to do that. Very small shop rather than a big thing. Got myself this monster. And then I had to obviously set everything up. So get all my, get the overlays, get the stream tile, blah, 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 get everything set up, which wasn't too difficult. That doesn't take very long. And there was reason I was telling you this. Why was I telling you this? Where was I going? Oh, yes! So, my OBS recently has been having a hissy fit whenever I try and change between my gaming layout and my cooking layout, because you can see this is not my gaming layout, obviously. And I have them saved as 2 separate scene collections on OBS. And all I need to do is click a button and it swaps between the 2, right? But up until today, it would freeze a couple of times, and then eventually I could get it to switch. But I was going over and over and over again, and it was I was trying 10 times, 11 times. I kept going, and it kept freezing and crashing. So I eventually was I'm going to Google this. I've got time. I'm going to try and fix this. And I discovered that it's a common issue with a specific plugin. So I uninstalled the plugin and reinstalled it, and now it works. And I've been having this issue for months, and I just thought it was just my computer not being able to cope. But it was just this one plugin. And I'm like... So I went through and I got rid of all my plugins that I don't even use anymore, because I have so many. So I just went through and got rid of them all. And it meant that I can stream, but it's a bit more streamlined. And I don't know why I told you that story, but yeah, it's just something I had to do this morning. A lots of crashes of games in OBS. I reinstalled Windows. Oh, I mean, I tend to have technical difficulties regardless of what I do, because my laptop is getting on in years, so I just kind of assume it's going to not work. Like, for example, if I plug in my webcam, it won't always recognize it. So if I go in, I then go into properties in OBS, and then it will crash OBS. So I have to unplug everything, go into properties, change what webcam it is, then plug my webcam back in and change it back, and then it will work. And it's I've had to do it so many times, I just do it as part of my process of starting the stream now, but it's just such a pain. You can clean, wipe, and reinstall regardless. Yeah, I have so much stuff on my laptop. I should probably have a clear out soon. Time for me to go forward for some food and start my weekend early. Have a great weekend. Okay, Mox, thank you so much for being here. Have a great rest of your day and have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. And have something lovely and tasty for your lunch. I'm sure you'll see pictures of how things went on all of the platforms. So, thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Yes. Oh, no, I can't show you the cakes. I was gonna be like, let me show you these cakes, but I can't, because I'm on Instagram on my phone, so I can't show you things. Actually, I might just end the Instagram live. I think anyone who was gonna join will have joined by now, so I'm gonna close it. So yeah, hold on, how do I look at this camera, and that should... Thanks for watching on Instagram. Thank you. I'm gonna close it now. Whoop, and then I can show you things. I'm so jealous of all your holiday pics of the food you have. Wait till you see the rest of them. You've only seen some of them. I made a whole TikTok, which I'm going to post on Instagram at some point. But let me show you the cakes that I mean. Yes, good. I suddenly thought, I was like, oh my god, is that actually the name of the cake shop? Have I been saying it wrong this whole time? First, let me... There we go. Sorry, I'm just changing something on Instagram. I can't wait. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye. Stay safe. Right. So, the cakes I was talking about. After I do this, I want to make one of these, but I'm also a bit nervous because it would it's a lot of extra stuff to like prep. But cakes like this. So they're like super, come on, there we go. They're super decorated, but they've got like loads of cute things, and some of them have frogs, some of them have little animals on them. They have little mushrooms up the side. It's just a very specific type of cake that I would really like to just have a go at making, but doing an entire like an entire cake as a stream can be really stressful, so I would probably bake the cake ahead of time and then just do the decorating on stream. But that's like this is probably a better example of what kind of thing I want to do. Come on. I actually went through their order form to find out what flavors they do so I can make it kind of like theirs, but obviously focus doesn't want to focus on things. Hold on. Nope, it's too blurry. Come on. If I do my hand here, will it focus on my hand? There we go. Look at that. Look how cute that is. So yeah, it's just normal cake inside. They said on their order form that their most popular flavor is like strawberries and cream, which is, I imagine, just like vanilla cake and then fresh strawberries. and fresh cream, like a very common like Japanese shortcake kind of thing. And they're very obviously, I don't want to. They post a lot about other people using their designs, so mine would be very much this is because I want to try and test myself, not because I'm going to sell this cake, because that's not fair to like copy a design of how they made their cake, especially when they're so vocal about that. So yeah, they do a lot of flavors, including chocolate banana, which I thought sounded nice. But that's kind of what I want to do at some point as a stream. We sell the content of creating cake, not the cake itself. Exactly. Except it's not really sold because I don't make any money off of YouTube. No, I guess Twitch. I don't know why I'm looking in the oven like I can see how much the garlic has roasted while it's inside the tinfoil. Boop. Right, what do we do? I could always, I could bowl up the caramelized onions. Like, I could just, like, put things... Yeah, let's do a tidying thing while we wait. Let's do a little tidying thing. I'm just gonna put on... Yeah. Sorry, I'm not really speaking much. I'm gonna tidy up the stuff that's in the sink. And, put the caramelized onions in a bowl. And then we'll hopefully have the garlic will be mostly done by then. So this Alrighty. Thanks for spamming the chat as asked. I appreciate it. So oh, I didn't put the flour away. Oh no, I need the flour. I can't put the flour away yet because I might need it for dusting the dough. I don't really think there's anything else I can do until the garlic's done, so we can just stand and chat for a bit. Yeah, so the cakes I was showing you guys are by LIN_cake on Instagram. They're so amazing. I mean, I see a lot of cakes that are like similar to this, but this is a very specific style of cake that they do. Whoa, knocking things over. I don't really. What do we do? I mean, I should be starting to make the pizza by now, but I gotta wait for the garlic. I think I'm gonna put this. This is gonna be our pizza tray because I don't have like a pizza stone, so we're gonna use my cast iron. My oven only goes to about 250, I think. It doesn't actually have a number, it just says max. But I believe it's 250, so that's going to be how high we have to make it, because we want this pizza to cook quick. But I'm going to use this instead of I have like a pizza tray, like one with holes in it, but it doesn't really work that well for making a super crispy pizza. So like you said, super crispy pot. Are you going to preheat the pan? Yeah, I'm popping it in now. But I'm nowhere near ready to use it. I just thought I might as well put it in the oven. Actually, no, I'll wait till the garlic's out because that way I can put it at the top of the oven and I can get to it a bit easier. Whereas if I put it on the bottom shelf, I'll have to like awkwardly fiddle around trying to pull it out. So, and that's how I burnt myself recently. So we don't want to do that again. What can we talk about? Oh, hello, Mr. Seagull. There's a seagull out. Oh, he's off. Bye-bye. Oh, I think he's spied something he wants to eat because he's like gradually flying closer to a spot and then flying closer. I think there must be a bin bag. He's gonna pounce on the bin bag. Just got back to clean up time to heat up some food. Oh, sweet. What are you having? Oh, I can turn this off now. That was just for the onions. We've got 10 minutes left on what was supposed to be the pizza dough, but also the garlic. Oh, nice, the teriyaki meatballs. They do sound really good. I've been trying to do meal plans because last week I did a meal plan and I was super prepared. Do you remember? I was talking about how I had like beef this night and then like chicken this night and I had like a whole plan. And then I didn't do one for this week, and it's been just kind of like when I'm finished stream, I go, here's some food. But yeah, I need to do a meal plan for next week, and that way I can, because it's really useful being able to put stuff in for marinade or like put stuff in the slow cooker before stream. I've got about, what did I figure out, it was like 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours to kill before I start stream in the mornings. And there's plenty of stuff that I can do for stream, and I usually do stuff for stream, but it's useful if I can use the time to like make my evenings easier by prepping the food. Also make shopping easier, exactly. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna, oh gosh, I just realized I put I was like, what's that smell? I put the cast iron on the hob that was hot, which means it's now heating up. I don't want, because cast iron, it's very hot and then doesn't get cool again for ages, so we don't want that. Yeah, so I'll go make a meal plan for next week. I didn't have a meal plan for today because today's meal is the pizza. So if the pizza doesn't work, then we're going to be resorting to oven food. And by that I mean like frozen stuff you bung in the oven, not just anything you cook in the oven. Should we mix up the ricotta? Let's mix up the ricotta. Let's give ourselves something to do. I will confess, I don't know the differences between all of the soft cheeses.
Why do they call it oven when you have in the cold food without hot eat the food?
That makes me laugh every time. Why do they call it an oven? This is a lot chunkier. Well, not chunkier. It's a lot like... It's got a different texture from what I was expecting. He's doing good. He's actually at work right now. So I have no idea how he currently is at this precise moment in time. But he's generally good, I would say. This is a lot of ricotta. This is definitely going to make more than one pizza, which is good. I want it to make at least 2. If it makes more than that, that's perfect. Look how much cheese! I don't need to mix it at the moment. There's nothing in it, but it's like almost like cottage cheese. It's kind of weird. Weird texture. I started using an app called Big Oven. Lets you save recipes and such, but also adds all the items from the recipe to a shopping list. I've seen so many apps that does that. It's good that there's one that works for you. I've seen so many apps that do that, and every time I try and use one, there's always something that I don't like about it. But, oh my goodness. Sorry. Just had a big cough. It's gone now. We're good. I think I'm going to need to use this spatula, because my other small spatula is currently covered in basil. So, let's do all of this zest, and then we'll give it a taste. So back when I did, like, multiple cooking streams a week, or maybe it's just one a week, but when I did cooking streams regularly, I started doing, like, a month for a country. The first one I did was it Korea? No. Yes, it was Korea. Yeah. And then I did a month of Greek. And that's what made me think of it, is because you were talking about like lemon and garlic. Feeling quite Greek. And I made gyros, and I made that sound. And then I made a very strange, like, layered pasta thing that you cut into cubes. It was very weird. Said it right the first time. Gyros, yeah. And the gyros were really nice, but the other stuff was just like, I don't think I quite got it right, and I don't know if it's because I had to substitute stuff, or if it's just because the recipe wasn't good recipe, but I'd like to revisit it and actually try and do it again, because I feel like I have more access to specialty ingredients now, because places are more likely to have things, you know, or I can import stuff easier. I don't really know how to gauge this. I mean, obviously I could just taste it, but like I don't know what I'm looking for. That's definitely cheese with lemon in it. Oh, I do not like uncooked ricotta. I don't like the texture. Well, we said about half the lemon zest, which I think is what I've done. Thank you for the clip. Whoa! Sorry. Adding salt to everything. This is gonna be a salty pizza. And we'll mix in the garlic. Or just use it as a separate layer. Once we've got that out of the oven. Which shouldn't be long now. I didn't consciously make a face, so I'm quite excited to see what it is that I do. Interesting. Come on. It's 3 minutes until the garlic is done. Well, I mean, I just used the timer for the pizza, so I don't actually know if it's going to be done, but we're going to check on it. And I'm going to check on it now. I'm too impatient. I want the garlic. Plus, it'll keep cooking a little bit. I know it wasn't intentional. That's what made it good. I know. I'm just worried now. I'm not really worried. I don't think it's done. Can you see that? Yeah, you can. It's very bright. Is it auto-adjusting? It is auto-adjusting. Yeah, that's not done yet. No. I have nothing to do while we wait. Other than grate the cheese. Turn up a bit. I hate it when this happens. I just end up with nothing to do and I'm twiddling my thumbs. So I have another ricotta, so I can't take that off. Should we maybe make like a little pizza? Or something? Dough is very big. Just trying to uncover it a bit. It's all stuck to it. I don't know what to do. I want to make a tester pizza. I want to make my own pizza. I'm intimidated by doing it. I mean, the recipe that I used. We can talk about that for a sec. I'll make a tester pizza if we still need to wait. From this book. And it is water, yeast, olive oil, flour, and salt. Though it's quite wet. So I feel like it's not the best. I think there's a better one that's 400 milliliters of water and 400 grams of flour and 6 grams of yeast. It's really easy. Yeah. So this is actually quite a good book. Not to plug it, it's not mine or anything, but it's got doughs and then sauces. Not very much sauce, just things about sauce, things about cheese. And then it had lots and lots and lots and lots of pizza recipes. Lots of different toppings. How yummy they sound. Spinach, caramelized onions, goat's cheese, and Stilton. There's a lot of nice things. I feel like I maybe try to make one of these because the pages are a little bit dirty. Pig's cheek. Yeah, we can make a tester pizza. but it won't have all the stuff on it. I don't know. I mean, I could go for a break. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go for a break, just because there's nothing else for me to do, and I could do with having some food. I will take a break. I'll put you guys on the break screen, and once I come back, we can get started, really, I think, once the garlic's roasted. But yeah, take this time to get yourself a drink, a snack, whatever you want to do, and I'll be back in a bit. All right. Bye-bye. Hello. I'm back. Come back to the stream, everyone. Hi. Thank you for patience. Thank you for waiting. I decided to make myself some food. So I have some filled pasta that I have heated up, and I will probably snack on during the stream. I'm not hungry enough to eat it all right now, but I need something to snack on that isn't sweets. So I made some food. I also filmed 2 TikToks while the food was cooking, so now I have some drafts for the next few days, because I am posting every day on TikTok this month, and I'm almost out of stuff to post, so I had to make something. So there we go. Now we're gonna check the garlic, because I don't know. It's probably burnt, actually. It's been a while. Hopefully it's not burnt. Hello, sick inside. Ouch. Okay, good. It has not burnt. Fantastic. It could have done with a bit more oil, but it looks like it's probably done. So let me get a fork. Yeah, it could go for longer, but I'm happy with that. We're gonna scooch that out of there, because that's gonna be too hot at the moment to do anything with. That away. That away. And I guess put the pizza stone in the oven. That's on high. That's on max now. So that's going to get very hot. And then we're going to leave it until it's time to make the pizza. Actually, I might turn the oven off for a bit, because we're not quite there yet. Actually, we don't have much to do. I have to drain the mozzarella, but that's really it, actually. Other than wait for the garlic to cool down. So maybe we should turn it on. Yeah, let's leave it on. I just want to see the garlic. Here it is. It's probably a little under what I would normally like, but we don't really have any more time, because it's already 5 o'clock. Which means I've been live for, well, I tell you how long I've been live, but I had to restart the stream, so it's not as long as it looks. Live for, hold on, 3 hours. Because I started at 2. Yes, I can do maths. Let's get this bad boy over to the chopping board. Now, normally you just kind of ooh, God, that gave me a fright. I thought something was falling over. You can normally stick your fork in and just scoop them out, but it doesn't seem to want to do that, so... Also because it's a bit hot. It's hard to do anything with. How should I do this? I don't want to wait for it to cool. But again, I probably should. Let's wait for it to cool. We'll leave it for it to cool for just a sec. But yeah, so now we've got caramelized onions, we've got ricotta and lemon, which we're going to add the garlic into. I need to drain my mozzarella, and I need to grate the grana padano. My grater's got lemon in it, so I should probably just wash that. Let's drain this bad boy. I'm hoping this is good enough mozzarella, because sometimes mozzarella can just be really bland. You buy the cheap stuff. I didn't buy cheap stuff. I bought decently. Oh gosh. Okay, hold on. Put the fan on. The cast iron in the oven is getting smoky already, so put that on so I don't choke choke to death. There's my mozzarella. That all wrapped up like that. Get that draining. Then we will clean the grater, I think, and put the lemon zest in a little container. I'm in. I'll give this a quick wash. I wish I'd thought of the garlic earlier, because I would have planned timings better. Then we wouldn't have had to sit and wait for ages. I mean, I know it's only a, like, what, like 50-minute break. And I got to make content anyway, but still. So what's everybody having tonight for dinner? Maybe it's not anywhere near dinner time for you to think about it yet, but do you have plans? Anyone have plans for what they're having for dinner? There we go. Probably pizza. You're not the only one. Pretty sure Ravenwood said that they were going to have pizza too. So this was actually cheaper than the Parmesan, which I wasn't expecting. Oh, it's a resealable pack. Yeah, that's not piercing it if it's resealable. I thought this would be more expensive, but maybe it's a cheaper cheese to make. Maybe it's because it doesn't have the name Parmesan. There was one when I was originally... I went into the first M&S, and I found that they had no Grana Padano, but they had multiple different types of Parmesan. Parmigiano Reggiano. I was considering getting that instead. And I was like, oh, there's one almost identical packaging. Regular, and then 30 months matured. And I was like, wow, that's a lot more expensive, but it looks almost exactly the same. It's, in terms of packaging, it would be very easy to pick up the wrong one. And I have no idea how much of this I'm going to need. I'm just going to... Okay, it's grating. I'm just going to grate this. I'm guessing this probably goes on... Do we think this goes on at the end, like after it's cooked, or before it goes in the oven? I feel like it's probably before, and then we use the basil oil at the end. I just really hope this works. It's gonna really suck if I've done all this prep and then the pizza isn't nice. Or it doesn't rise, but we know it's gonna rise. It's gonna be good because it did rise on its first, its second proof. And its first proof, actually. It just took a while. Okay, so that is the cheese all ready to go. So now we have to try and get this out of its shell. I'm only going to use, like, I think, 1 or 2 cloves, so I'll save the rest for another day, because, you know, it's roasted garlic. I'm going to find a use for it. It's not going to go to waste. Oh, it smells so good. My hands are going to stink. I used to know someone. I was supposed to. Well, I kind of. They were like a friend of a friend, so I didn't really like know them. But we got chatting once about how they were making their own pizza, and they were gradually learning how to make each piece. I'm gonna eat that. Yum yum. Like so they started by learning how to make pizza sauce, and then they were like, and then I learned how to make the dough, and then I did this and that, and I think that's enough. I don't know. Roasted garlic is pretty strong. That's probably enough for all this ricotta. One more for good luck. And I was like, it's actually, having never made it myself, I was like, I hear it's fairly easy to make mozzarella, or at least it's fairly easy to make a cheese. I'm wondering what I'm doing. I'm taking all the bits that aren't soft because I don't want to mix them in. And they're like, oh, I'll do that next. And then I never really saw them again, so I don't know if they did. But I hope they did. Right. I should have used a bigger bowl. Always a bigger fish. I can't actually hear the music at all because of the fan I've got on. Now I won't be able to taste whether this is garlicky enough because I've got the taste of roasted garlic in my mouth. Probably make some garlic bread with that. I did that once. I make a fair amount of garlic bread on the stream. I just really like garlic bread. I'm a stereotype, I know, but I made it with like bits of roasted garlic in the dough. It just wasn't that. I couldn't taste it. It was gone by the time it was cooked. I think it was too subtle of a flavor that once I'd cooked it again, it was just gone, or at least it wasn't as strong as the garlic that was in the garlic butter. It was like a pull-apart loaf. It was so good. I couldn't get very good pictures of it because of the way that it sat, but it was basically like a loaf tin, but you put like layers of garlic bread like that, like little slabs, little squares basically, and then obviously but when it was cooked you could just pull them apart and you put garlic butter between each layer. And I think I used like confit garlic in half of it and roasted garlic in the other half, but you couldn't really tell the difference, and I was like, that felt like a waste of time. I hope this is mixed up enough. That tastes very nice and refreshing. I don't know if we're gonna get the garlic, but we added it, it's there. We'll get this out of the way for now. It's time to make the pizza. Now, probably the best plan would be to get out the cast iron and make it in the cast iron. But I'm very nervous about it because I don't think I can transfer it once I've made it. But maybe I roll out the dough and then transfer it because I feel like that bit's going to be really tricky. And then we put the toppings on once it's in the cast iron, but at least we get the dough sorted first. Because look at this. It's so sticky. It's so sticky and wet. I'm gonna need flour for this. Okay, we're gonna take up half of the counter with flour. Move you back a little bit further than normal. Go over there. Thank you. Take up some space with flour because I'm gonna need to put the cast iron on the other bit. But I need something to put the dough on. When you say garlic crust, do you mean like put it in the pizza or on the pizza? Because I might just do like some garlic bread over the weekend. Or make like another dough for the pizza in and on. Oh my god, me too. You're in the right place. We are garlic fans in this house. Right, how do I get this? It's all combined. This is no longer separate pieces of dough. This is all just one lump. I'm gonna have to use a knife. I was gonna use my dough cutter, but it's actually, it might be clean enough because it was soaking. Yeah, I just need to wipe it off a bit. As I put it in the bowl of water and then it's all kind of come off, so. I love garlic so much. I love garlic bread. I just find that sometimes, you know, I'm sure you agree with me, that you just find that garlic bread isn't garlicky enough. You're like, this is bread with butter and a hint of garlic. Give me, like, a punch of garlic to my face. I want to feel like I've eaten a clove of roasted garlic. Oh my god. What was the point of making these into separate bowls? They've all just become one homogeneous lump. Like, look at this. It's just all connected. I don't feel like I can actually use this. It's all stuck. This is not a bowl of dough. Like, even with the dough scraper, it's just not, nothing's happening. Playing Truth or Dare once and someone dared me to eat a clove of garlic. That's a punishment. Was it raw? Because I'm not a huge fan of raw garlic. I won't lie. This is too wet. I can't use this. It's raw. Ooh. It's raw! Oh no, I've ripped the greaseproof paper. Oh, everything's going wrong. Also, that is not enough dough to make a pizza. Right, let's get some more flour on this, make it usable. Like, even if I stretch this, this is not going to make a full-size pizza. Hello, Luco! Welcome back! I don't know if you've been maybe lurking. Yeah, this is not enough dough for pizza. It's gonna make a teeny tiny baby. A baby pizza. I need a full-size pizza. I've used this dough recipe before and it's been fine. I don't get it. It was the type of flour. I'm just gonna roll it out and see. Okay, give me a sec. I'm just gonna add a bit more before we started. Okay. Yeah, and I've left it a little bit longer than I'm supposed to for this second proof. The first proof wasn't as long, but once you roll them into balls... Right, okay. Get all the bits of dough off my hands. The bit I hate. Sensory issues. Don't like it. Let me get my rolling pin. Don't normally use a rolling pin for pizza, but I think if I want to try and get it thin enough, we might need to. Oh. At least it's springing back. That's a good sign. Should I be using oil instead of flour? I probably should be, actually. They're so messy. I can't touch the oil. Hold on. Well, this is going to be our tester, but this is almost like half the dough. I would like to point out I have successfully made pizza from scratch before. So I don't know what's going on with this dough. I think it might be the type of flour I used. I mean, I thought I normally use this flour, but it says bread flour in the recipe, and I didn't have any bread flour, which is why I put in more once I realized how wet it was getting. Ah, no! Mixed bread flour. It's got more, got higher gluten, I think. I can't remember. It's like how pasta flour has more protein in it. Plop. That's fun. I like doing that. Right, if it's oily enough, we should be fine. There's some personal stuff on the verge of leaving the job. Oh no! Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope it's going alright. I mean, I hope it ends up alright. It's clearly having a time at the moment. Okay, now try and pick it up. Ooh, almost. That's gonna have to be it. That's gonna have to be it. I'm gonna get the cast iron out the oven. But wash my hands first. This is gonna be messy. Alright, I'm gonna move you. Hopefully you can actually see what I'm doing a little bit. Whoa. That is smoking. Oh, really, the oil on that is burning off. Alright, this is gonna go hiss. Where do I put these? Right. Please don't rip. Oh, it ripped! Oh, it was going so well! It's got ghosty eyes. Do not touch the cast iron, you will burn yourself. Okay, it's gonna be a tiny pizza. We can't go... We can't really do any more with that. We can't make it any bigger. It is now cooking on the bottom, so we gotta move fast. But I think I'm gonna try something different for the other one. That is not cleaning up, that is just spreading. I get really stressed when things are super hot, like deep frying things or cast iron cooking. I just don't feel safe. I feel like I'm gonna burn myself because I'm quite clumsy as a person, and like one wrong step and I could really hurt myself. And I know that I won't because so many times I haven't. I'm probably gonna be fine, but there's always that fear and that awareness that I could, which is good because I mean it's good to be conscious of it because it's less likely to happen. But still stressed, right? Personal size party pizza. It's already cooking. So there's the ricotta, lemon, and garlic, which is the sauce, so it has to spread out. I probably put on too much, to be honest. I don't know how well you can see that color. Okay. I'm just gonna do this with my fingers. Caramelized onion. A wee bit of that. Now, quick chat. Grana Padano, aka like Parmesan, in a different hat. Once it's out the oven, or before it goes in. I still have to do the mozzarella, so you've got a second to answer. But what do you think? It's hard cheese before baking. Okay, fantastic. Thank you. Mozzarella is also going on now, so it gets nice. Parm on now or before, or after the mozzarella? What do you think? I'm just eating the mozzarella instead. After mozz, okay. Thank you. I'm gonna try and do thin pieces. We don't want chunks. Hard cheese takes more heat to melt. Smart. But I wanted to put the caramelized onion under the cheese. Where's the sauce? It's under the cheese. But in this case, it is the cheese. I realize it's normally the other way around, by the way. Where's the cheese? It's under the sauce. Yeah. I like hiding the toppings under the mozzarella. I did that with the pizza that I made that had chopped tomatoes on it. That was really good, by the way. I want to make that again. Try not to get too much of this on the cast iron so it doesn't just burn. Okay, that's probably enough. Don't want it to be too strong. If it's like Parmesan, it's really strong, so. Got a question the day, where is the cheesecloth? And I couldn't answer. We even carry it. Ready? Here we go. I have no idea how long that's going to take. But it's in. It's in the oven. Okay. I can be a bit less stressed now because it's in there. And we can work on the next bit of dough when we get to that point. Where's the cheesecloth? You should have said it's under the sauce. It will take until it's done. Yes. I mean, the bottom's already started to cook. So, oh my god. It's steaming, look. I wipe it. Because of how hot the counter is there. That's so funny. Can't believe it looks like so little that I've spent so long. I mean, that was the point. I could have done all of the individual ingredients before the stream. Like, done the onions and done the cheese and everything, but then you would have had nothing to watch me do. Gonna have a look at it. Oh wow, that mozzarella has melted already. It looks good. It looks good. I'm gonna give it 5 minutes before, and then I'll check it. Before minutes of baking pizza, exactly. I imagine it's going to cook pretty quickly. What does this say about it? Because obviously it depends on the toppings, but... Baking in an iron pan. Sprinkle a little flour on your hands and on the table. Open a dough ball. Yeah, those dough balls are a lot less wet than the ones I was doing. It says 3 to 4... Oh, that's frying it in a pan. And it just says grill until finished. It doesn't say how long. I just thought it might give me a guideline. No, it looks good. It looks good. Everything's melting. We just need to wait for it to get golden. I'm gonna have a little bit pasta. Okay. I just want to watch it, but I know that won't help. And probably make me more stressed. It's very mozzarella-y. I think I might have gone a bit overboard with the mozzarella. Oh, I need something to put it on when it's done. How am I going to get it? Ooh, how am I going to get it off of the pan? That's a question I didn't think of. Yeah, I'm going to put it on this board. Is that wide enough? That might not be wide enough. I'll get the other chopping board. I'll get the big one. There we go. I only have a silicone spatula. Or a plastic spatula, actually. I've got one that's silicone and one that's plastic, and I don't think that's a good idea. It might melt. Didn't think this through. I have a wooden... I could use this. This'll do. This won't melt. Not perfect, but it'll work. And then we'll put the thing back in the oven, and we'll try and work with this dough over here to make a second pizza. Because this stuff is just impossibly sticky. Like, I do not understand. I've clearly done something wrong. But I added how much they said to add in terms of water. So, I don't know what I've done wrong. I don't know. Should work. Just have to get under it and guide it out the pan. Ooh. Come on. How'd you come? Like that. I didn't take a picture of it before I went in. Probably should have done. I like the skirt. You can't see, but it's like around me in like a circle. Ooh. Ooh, it's starting to get a little brown on the cheese. The cheese is bubbling. I think I'm going to turn it around, because it's not evenly browning. Maybe also should have put something on the crust, on the edges, because it looks very dry. It could have probably done with some oil. I know I'm all the way over here, and you can't see what I'm doing. I'm adding some flour to the dough. Hopes I can... That'll help, maybe? How I've got it so wrong. Ooh, that's 5 minutes. It's clearly not done yet, but... You guys want to see? You know what? Let's see if I can get you a good angle. Come with me. Hi. We're going to move you. I'm just going to cover you up while we move you. There you go. Hold on. There's the pizza. I've now decided to also get pizza. Everybody's getting pizza now. No! I was like, I'm going to come and eat your food. No dinner for you. Put it bubbling like that. Pizza is pizza in. I'm going to sit down a wee bit so I can see it better. Shut up. Stop. There we go. Sorry, it is handheld, so you're a bit wobbly, but... The caramelized onion, there's one bit that's sticking out from the cheese, kind of on this side, and it's starting to burn a wee bit. That's okay, we live and learn. We're waiting for the crust to go golden, because the crust kind of just looks like sad bread at the moment. It's not getting golden yet. We'll let crystallize. We'll add some flavor. It's just extra caramelized onion. That's what we've done. Da, 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 da. The cheese looks really good. But like I said, the bread's not really getting there. But then again, I didn't put any oil on it, so I don't know. I'm gonna give it like 5 more minutes, and then I might take it out because I don't want everything to burn. Because it is very hot in there. Get that bread! Welcome back to Get That Bread, where we in fact get the bread. Can you see it bubbling? Yeah, I think you can make out that it's bubbling. Get right up in there. There you go. See how shaky I am. I'm not really that bad, but I do wobble a bit. Right, I'm coming back up. Hello. Hi there. Get you back where you were. There we go. How did that look, folks? Looks yummy. Gotta wait. Pizza cam requirements. We must always have a pizza on the stream at all times, even when I'm not cooking and I'm not making pizza. On a gaming stream, we have to have a pizza cam. I'm not gonna put the other. I'm not even gonna get the dough ready for the second pizza until I've tasted the first one, because it might be disgusting. And then I'll be like, well, how do we fix it? I think I might have put in too much mozzarella. Though we'll see once it comes out. I think it might be alright now. I would have liked the dough to be even thinner, but I think just the dough that I've made just doesn't want to do that. So might be a bit more chunky than I was initially hoping for, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna taste this grana padano. Oh yeah, it's like less intense Parmesan. That's really nice. Good, because I always use Parmesan when I'm cooking, so I'll be able to use that up, no problem. So what am I gonna have left over? I'm gonna have caramelized onions, probably. Ricotta. I'm gonna have everything for the pizza, so I might as well just make more pizza. But I'm also gonna have roasted garlic and a lemon zest. But maybe I'll be like, there's not enough flavor in this ricotta. Let's, boost the flavor. We'll see when it comes out. It might be too lemony. It might not be lemony enough. It was hard to tell before it was cooked. Getting the knife ready. Come on. You know what? I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to take that out. You guys ready? Here it comes. Oh, it's very small. It's kind of shrunk a bit. Normal, please. Oh, yep, it's fine. It's come away from the bottom with no problem at all. I just need to get under it. Ba-ba! Turn the oven off for now. Because I don't know. Maybe not make the second one yet. It smells very oniony. Ta-da! Pizza! I'm gonna take some pictures of it. It's very sad looking, isn't it? Very small, little fella. Just a little bean. A little guy. Trying to get a good angle. There we go. Crust is a bit sad looking. I think I need to put some oil on it next time. We're not finished. We have to put basil oil on it. I almost forgot that. I think I also put in too much ricotta. But the close-up looks good. Like, look at this. Hold on. Get my phone to load it. The close-up looks nice. It's just the cheese. That looks good. That could be a good Instagram picture. Right. Basil oil. How do we do this? We just want to kind of drizzle it. Not even a drizzle, like a drip. Because I don't remember there being any. I think it was like this. Come on. Like maybe 1 drop per slice kind of thing. Very green. It definitely wasn't that green. Right, are we ready to taste it? We're gonna listen out for that, see if it crunches. Okay, it's definitely a little crunchy. I think this is a quarter kind of thing. Oh, better hand it over to you. Oh, okay, yeah. You're right. Okay, it's cooked on the bottom. It's a little underdone right under the cheese. We can make that out on that camera. I think you probably can. But it's cooked enough that I'm happy with it. It's not like it's raw. It's just a little bit underdone, I would say. So I think if I can get it thinner next time, that would be perfect. But then again, we don't know how it tastes. I'm waiting for it to cool a bit before I eat it, because otherwise I'm just going to burn myself on cheese. But it looks pretty good. I was going to send Joe a picture, and then I realized that that's kind of mean, because he's not going to eat this pizza, and if the other one looks worse, I'll be like, hey, I took a picture of this nice-looking one, and then I've left the other one for you to eat. I mean, everything looks good in close-up when it's cheese. Put me in, coach. I'm willing to burn myself on the cheese. It's also just too hot to pick up right now. I'm gonna try the dough. See, it's a little raw. You can't actually probably make that out on camera, but it is. It's a little underdone. Oh, but it tastes. Ooh, wow. Ooh, that is lemony. Ooh, it had a tiny bit of ricotta on it. It's very lemony. I'm glad I didn't put any more in. It was good. Okay. This is the piece I'm going to eat. I have to wait for it to cool down. Oh, can you blow on it for me, please? Cool it down. Thank you. It's the bit with the spidery looking. Thank you for the who. Who. Ow. No. I really want to bite it, but it's gonna be so hot. And there's no point if I burn my tongue and then I can't taste it. I've been there before. I've done that on stream. I've spent hours and hours and hours and hours cooking something, and then I end up burning my mouth at the last second, and so I don't know how it tastes. I think we're gonna call this one the finished on stream pizza, because it is getting late, and I would like to I will cook the other one, but I might not cook that until Joe gets home. So this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the pizza, and then we will I'll make the other one later when I've not got all the cameras and everything set up. But I will learn from if there's anything wrong with this. You ready? Sorry, I just did that without thinking. I didn't taste anything though, so it's okay. You ready? Actually, I've got an idea. Ready? You ready? Here we go. Get ready to clip it if it's awful. I did it! It tastes like the one I had before! I did it! Num 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 num. Oh. Oh, that's good. We did it! We did it, chat! The caramelized onions are a little bit underdone. They're still crunchy, which is, I don't really want them to be. But, other than that, success! Back to the pizza song. That ricotta is so good. This music's too intense. Change it back. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so good. Which is weird because I had the ricotta just on its own to test it, see if it was lemony enough, and I was like, ugh. But this, when it's all cooked together. Huh. Not to applaud myself, but I am. Oh, that's so nice. We did it. Everyone can go home happy, we've done it. We have succeeded in recreating the pizza. The dough is not the same. Like, the crust is very obviously a different crust, but I don't think they used sourdough or anything. I think it was just, a thinner crust. But let's, I'm gonna get the chair so I can sit down and chat. But we did it! Beep. Hi. We have succeeded! We have succeeded in making the pizza that I had on holiday. So now I know what to do. So, I'll have to go back through the stream for measurements of things, for weights, but how you do this pizza, how you make this. First step, make your pizza dough. It's not a sourdough, it's just a regular pizza dough, so just make it how you would make a pizza dough. Unless you're a connoisseur and you need to know the different ones. I don't think it really matters. Step 2, caramelize your onions. Preferably don't burn them. Step 3, mix lemon zest and 2 cloves of roasted garlic. Is it 2? It might have been 3 actually. Of roasted garlic into a tub of ricotta. Step 3, oh wait, make basil oil. So blend a handful of basil in oil. I think it was 250 milliliters of oil. For like a handful of basil. And then step 5. What is step 5? Combine and cook. So because ricotta is the base layer, so that's like the sauce. Then you do the caramelized onions, then you do the mozzarella. Maybe don't put on as much as I did. And then you do the grana padano on the top. I think I could have done with more grana padano, to be honest. Because I can't really taste it, but maybe it's kind of blended with the mozzarella and that's why I can't taste it. And I would recommend putting something on the edges, like some oil or something, so it doesn't just burn. And then top it with drops of basil oil, which honestly I'm not noticing, but I'm just going to say that it makes a difference. Because I haven't noticed it when I've taken a bite. I'm going to put a bit more on this bit. and see if I notice it a bit better. Butter the edges. Yeah, butter or like oil or garlic oil or something. It will change the taste if you use garlic oil, but just put something on the edge of the crust. I have like a bottle of garlic oil, but it's a very specific flavor, and I don't think it would have worked well. So I've just put some, I don't know why I did that. I've just put some more basil oil on this piece. You definitely don't notice it as basil, but it makes everything else taste better. Yeah. Like, if I ate that blindfolded, I would not go, there's basil in that. Like, you can't, I haven't noticed it at all. But I think it helps everything else. That lemon zest is so good, though. I'm so glad I didn't put any more in, because it would have overpowered it. I could have done with a little bit less, actually. So I'd say half a lemon worth of zest. Should I write this down? I should be writing this down. So, how did we do this? Let's start with the dough. Pizza dough. I'm just going to not write anything because I don't think I made it properly. So, make a pizza dough. Second step. Caramelize 1 white onion. Is it a white onion or a yellow onion? Because we just call them onions. I don't know what kind of onion it is. Step 3, mix half lemon zest and 2.5 cloves roasted garlic with 250 grams of ricotta. Blend handful of basil, 1 packet, minus stems with 250 milliliters good olive oil. Drain moss and grate. I mean, I could have just grated the grana padano over the top. Grana padana? Oh, I forgot what it's called now. Cheese over the top rather than grating it beforehand, but I think that made me less stressed. That's it, right? That's all we did. Yeah. Build pizza in pan, ricotta, base, onions, moz, then grana, add something to crust, oil or butter, cook till golden, drizzle with basil oil. Okay, I think that's everything. It's now written down. Now we know how to make it. That's how you make. Well, if I say Branca Pizza, I think that just means white pizza. So the specific white pizza that I had while I was on holiday. Yeah. Oh. That's how you do it. Good job, everyone. I don't think there's more to talk about. Let's see who else is live. I'm buzzing. I'd love to keep streaming, but I actually have work tomorrow, so I don't want to push myself too much. I do that. Oh, it's probably finishing stream, so we won't go to Larry. Shall we go to another cooking streamer? I love that emote with the little dance. Is it a frog? No, it's an owl. I've always thought that was a frog from far away. You guys want to see another cooking streamer and get super duper hungry? It's easier to look for tags on mobile Twitch. Oh, we could go to Sultan. Sultan's making kedgeree. I haven't seen Sultan stream in ages. I feel like Twitch has unfollowed me because I didn't see that they were live. A Recipe Reborn is making jambons. There's a lot of people in the drink actually right now. Yeah, okay. I'm checking in on Sultan, and Sultan still has all the ingredients sitting out on the counter, so it's likely just started or hasn't even started cooking yet. So we're gonna go say hi to Sultan, but not yet. Not yet. We'll go once. I'm not following. Why am I not following? That's weird. Did someone follow me? I don't know. Anyway, we'll go and say hi. But first, we'll have a chat. I took a bite of this piece and it just pulled all the cheese off of it, so now it's just like dough. But that's okay. I'll survive. Just thinking about how to use up all that basil oil. If I had a salad, I could probably use up some of it. I don't really eat salad. I'll have to think about it. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just freeze it. And we'll figure it out later. Because we've had to chuck a lot of stuff in our freezer. So we have lots of things now. I can start freezing things instead of having to try and use them up. Oh, I think my microphone might be running out of battery because it's starting to flash. Yeah, okay. One sec. I'm going to replace the batteries so I can say goodbye properly. I've replaced them. It should be better now. I just noticed that the little receiver thing that's plugged into my laptop was starting to flash, which usually means it's running low. Yeah, so I'm gonna say goodbye now. Hello. I mean, not quite this immediately, but actually no, I'll switch back to my face for the time being. Hold on. Let's see. So I will be back on Tuesday to play some Sherlock, and record some for YouTube. The last week's episode of Sherlock will be going live tomorrow on YouTube. If you want to go and watch it, it'll be available. It is very laggy in places, which I didn't realize until I was scrubbing through it to like cut out the breaks and stuff for editing. I didn't realize quite how laggy it got, but it is there if you want. It'll be going live tomorrow. There might be something going live on Monday, but I can't remember what on YouTube. But yeah, so there is content of mine if you want to see stuff over the weekend, if you're bored. If you're not sick of me yet. But I'll be live on Tuesday for Sherlock, Wednesday for Leighton, and then Thursday for, I'm going to do like an indie game selection. I don't really know what to call it, but basically what I did in January, where I just played like a few different games every day. But we're not going for a whole month of it. We're just going to do a day of it. Either that or we'll play some demos, because I have a bunch of demos installed that I haven't played, and that could be fun to play through those with you guys. Yeah, if you're not... Actually, let's put it on the end screen just so no one comes and raids while I'm ending. If you're not following me on other socials and you would like to, there are all of the links. TikTok is a big one. I'm trying to post on TikTok. Well, I'm posting on TikTok every single day, so I'm really pushing TikTok at the moment. But I am posting everywhere. And thank you for all of these biddies, by the way. And if, yeah, I'm going to push this as well. Boop. It's going to come up with socials again. And if you'd like to join the Discord, that's also there. And if you want to support the show, that is also very kind. However, the little text thing for everybody who supports the show has gotten cropped weirdly. I don't know why it's like that. There we go. But all those names down there are people who support the stream monthly. Their contributions go towards my bills and towards ingredients for streams like this. So yeah, if you'd like to see more cooking streams and you'd like to support me, those are the ways you can. It doesn't actually come up with anything, but there are links. And there's also, if you're watching this on YouTube, there are links in the description. And you can also just support by being here. You do not have to financially support me in order to be here and be part of the community. So never feel that you have to. It's just for people who want to. And that's it. I'm gonna send you guys over to Sultan now, who is making kedgeree. If you don't know what kedgeree is, it's a rice, fish, and egg dish. I used to have it a lot growing up. I did not enjoy it, but I'm sure it was probably because I was a fussy child. And yeah, today we made a white pizza, and it was pretty damn good. I won't lie. It's been nice to be back cooking, but I'm trying to pace myself and not push myself to do too long of a stream. So that's why we're just doing like one pizza and not like two different types of pizza or this ridiculously over-the-top dramatic thing. It's just one pizza with a few different ingredients that took a while to cook. That's all. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Let's get this raid started. I hope you have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And you get to eat something fairly tasty at least one of the days of the weekend. I will be at work tomorrow. And I don't really have a plan for what to have for dinner. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens.